For the next few hours, nothing exists except for Cleveland high school sports. Because the Quad Brothers are here. Outlaw!
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Quad Brothers Sports Show. My name is Kevin Henley. Got my peoples in the building with me. Got the homie Eli Robinson.
What up?
Got the homie Phil Logan.
Here. Wait.
Man, we doing 100 episodes of this. And he's
I'm all out of sorts right now. I'm all out of sorts right now. Eli Robinson, Phil Rucker, and Reggie Lowe. I'm all out of sorts right now, man. This is crazy. Episode 100.
Yes, sir.
Get your mic up. Right?
Yeah, so
won't stay in there.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 100. Welcome to the show. Got a great show lined up for you tonight. We are loaded with guests, special guests to the show. We got some sports trivia jumping off. Got some prizes to give away. If you want to call in and win some of these prizes, we got a couple Quad Brothers Sports Show hoodies, a Quad Brothers Sports Show T-shirt, and also a T-shirt for the ladies. It's kind of sparkly and glittered up, so we got some of that. And we have 2 custom-made signs from the good folks at C&B Custom Crafts. I just posted it on our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So if you want to see those, you can take a look. So we'll give those away with some sports trivia. You will need to call in, and then we will ask you the question. I ain't gonna give you a chance to Google it. You'll have 10 seconds to answer the question. I'm not gonna give you the chance to Google it because these are some pretty good prizes. The number to call whenever it's time to give away the prizes is 216-386-0109. Again, 216-386-0109, and we'll let you know when to call in. Got a great lineup of guests. Coach Riz will be calling at 7:15. At 7:30, the father of former St. Ed's running back and current Michigan running back Jordan Castleberry. Jerome Castleberry will be calling at 7:30. 8 o'clock, the homie Mike Alexander will be calling in. We'll chop it up with Mike. Mike is the one that really set us off on this pass that we're currently on right now. So Mike will be calling in at 8 o'clock. At 8:30. Formerly of Shaker Heights, now at the U.S. Air Force Academy, balling for them. Nasir Rasheed will call in, and then at 8:45, Robert and Peggy Lowery, great friends of the show, parents to John Anthony Lowery, been supporting this show from day one. So they'll be calling at 8:45. We'll talk to them. So we are loaded with guests. Thank God the Eagles stopped the Seahawks on defense. God, this game is driving me nuts. I'm so tired of the injuries. I'm sick of the injuries. I'm tired of the injuries.
Hey, who I said was going to the Super Bowl in the NFC?
The Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, okay.
They ain't made it there yet.
Oh, okay.
You just gonna overlook San Francisco, huh?
Yeah, they already overlooked.
Anyway,
you know how they
got
do.
some stuff to give away here on the show. We'll be doing that here pretty soon. You know, maybe right after maybe after Coach Riz's call. I don't know. Maybe we'll do after Coach Riz's call.
Do I gotta play the soundbite again? I told you.
After Coach Riz's call, we'll be doing some giveaways. The ladies' shirt is nice, man. It's all nice and sparkly. So we're doing that, man. So we got a lot of show. We are going to be. It's been a while. We know the season's already been started. We haven't really had a chance to get out to any games, but we will on January 13th. Eli and myself will be at Beaumont High School to watch the Beaumont girls take on Laurel. That's already set. Big shout out to Tim Ertle, the AD out there at Beaumont. So me and Eli will be out there on January the 13th. I did reach out to get another game on January the 8th. I have yet to hear back about that game. So I don't know what's going on with that just yet. So we'll try to keep you as updated as possible, and we'll see what's going on there. So I have reached out to a couple of schools. Possibly there's one on January 8th, and we'll see. The 13th is already set, so we'll see about the 8th. And if that happens, that'll be another couple of days, and that'll happen as well. All right. So right now, in the game currently going on, 12-13 left in the fourth quarter. Seattle 17, Philadelphia 9. It is 1st and 10 Eagles on the Philadelphia 12-yard line. So got a ways to go. If you haven't been watching the game, Carson Wentz out in the concussion protocol. Brandon Graham is also out for the Eagles as well. So
enjoy our last quarter of football.
What a surprise. Carson Wentz got injured again.
What do you want him to do? How are they supposed to stop Jadeveon Clowney from hitting him in the back of the head?
Better roll, tuck, duck, do something.
He was already falling down.
Dip, dodge, dive, dodge again.
That's also why you teach your quarterbacks to slide feet first and not head first, too, though.
I have to go back and look at the play. I don't remember.
He dove.
Yeah. It is what it is. If they somehow come back and pull this game out, then it's on the Green Bay. Whoever wins this game is on the Green Bay. Minnesota and San Francisco is already set. So that game will take place, I believe, I want to say next Saturday.
Let me check.
All right. I like my Saturday.
Next Saturday. Next Saturday, 4:35 p.m.
That's in San Francisco.
Let's talk about the best quarterback in the league, too. Don't forget him.
Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
Yeah, he showed out last night. Hey, listen, I'm telling you something, though.
I'm sorry. I thought this man was
No,
the best.
he's not. Anyway, so they showed out. He showed out last night. Deshaun Watson did. And look, hats off to but they building something special up there in Buffalo.
Definitely. They had 7 sacks.
Yeah, they building something special up there in Buffalo. Josh Allen, after his first year of looking like a complete bust, Josh Allen is really coming to his own.
And guess what, Kev? Another reason why what was our general manager name we just released?
John Dorsey.
Another reason why he got fired because Jimmy Haslam wanted to hire Doug McDermott and John Dorsey wanted Freddie Kitchens. Jimmy Haslam wanted McDermott.
Well, McDermott was already the coach though at Buffalo, right? He couldn't.
No.
You mean when before they hired
before they hired Freddie Kitchens, and he wanted
McDermott.
He wanted McDermott.
That the whole thing's a mess. That's like we might have to. I mean, because we got so many guys. I do want to talk. The whole thing's a mess. You know what I mean? Which is it's. I don't even know how to describe it. I don't even know what to say about it.
It's Cleveland Brown-esque.
Yeah.
I mean, so you know.
What's different this time than any other time that for the past 20 years about changing the culture, changing the GM, changing another coach?
We all know who the coach is going to be.
The only thing that hasn't changed is the owner.
Josh McDaniels.
I swear to God, if they hire Josh McDaniels, I will never watch another Browns game ever in life.
Here's honestly, if I was Jimmy Haslam
is a terrible owner. Say it.
Honestly, for me, I would have put the full court press on Mike McCarthy. He wouldn't have left that building without a signed contract.
Mike McCarthy would have got a job. That's it. Period.
That's it. Period. Point blank. Well, I don't need to interview nobody else.
But we got to look at all our.
No, we don't.
No, you don't.
No, we don't.
No, you don't.
No, we don't.
Okay, 1st and 10 at the Seattle 32. Let's go, Josh McCown. Let's go. Let's go, McCown.
If Josh McCown win this game and bring the Eagles back,
let's go,
I'm going to fall out in this chair.
All right, 1st and 10 at the Seattle 32. 9:44 left in the fourth quarter.
The Philly likes pulling off that magic with the backup quarterbacks now.
I'm about to say, that's just another hit on Wentz, man. That's another hit to Carson Wentz. Am I lying?
Y'all need to draft another quarterback.
Every time we get to the playoffs, it's a backup quarterback that leads us somewhere.
Man, I'll take him. Whatever. I still like Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is still my quarterback. I'll take Carson Wentz. 4,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, 7 picks. I'll take that. Better than the 6th guy, right?
Who was that?
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know who the sixth guy is?
Yeah.
Sixth guy coming.
Y'all don't know who he is now, huh? You ain't owning it.
My guy broke 2 tackles in the backfield, scrambled.
Look,
my guy playing right now.
Look, my guy. But what was it at the beginning of the season? What happened to the beginning?
Yeah.
What we going to the Super Bowl? No. I don't want to hear that.
One guy
what we going 14-2? What we going 14-2 and going to the Super Bowl?
Pittsburgh
was
Baltimore. Lamar Jackson is trash.
Yeah.
Remember Lamar Jackson?
I ain't say
was
Lamar
trash.
Jackson was trash. I didn't say that.
He can't throw the ball.
I said it. I said Lamar Jackson was trash.
Yeah.
1st and 10, Eagles at the Seattle 30. Let's go, Josh.
I don't mean they gonna do nothing.
Josh McCown to the Seattle 30 for 3 yards. That was Josh.
Who you mean? You mean Baltimore Ravens and the current league MVP Lamar Jackson?
I'm talking about the Eagles right now.
Oh, okay.
All right. Where the Browns at?
They all at home right now.
Hey, my team is playing right now.
Okay.
They all at home right now.
My backup team playing right now.
See, but you had to say your backup team. Kev's current team is playing right now. His only team is playing right now.
I ain't got no backup team.
Hey, when you live in Cleveland, that's how you gotta live your life.
I don't need no backup team.
I don't have no backup team. I'm just sitting here. I don't even care who wins the play. I don't. I don't care.
Now. Josh McCown, 3rd and 8 at Seattle 28. Come on now. Let's go. Let's get it. I don't need no backup team. I roll with one team and one team only.
Josh McCown just got sacked.
I know. I saw that. That's why it's 3rd and 8. Nah, he got sacked again.
Yeah.
Kick a field goal.
3rd and 12. It's 3rd and 12 at the Seattle 32.
Maybe I need a backup team.
When you live in Cleveland and you root for Cleveland teams, you better have one.
I'm a free agent.
Man, if you don't convert this,
Come on to Houston, man. I know you like what Deshaun Watson.
Man, you know who I really like, and y'all really gonna be mad at me when I say this. I like Lamar Jackson.
Nice.
I'm not even going for it.
How can you not?
I like Lamar Jackson.
How can you not like Lamar Jackson? How can you not like
I secretly do not want to root for Baltimore because it's Baltimore, but I like Lamar Jackson.
How can you not?
Lamar Jackson, nice.
Boy is humble. He works hard. He's talented. Come on.
Yada.
Come on, Ertz.
I'm sorry. What
False start on Ertz.
Why are you hating on Lamar Jackson? What did Lamar do to you?
Because he has no hope.
He's a good.
Because he has no hope.
Because I wanted Lamar Jackson.
He has no hope. That's why.
I'm gonna tell you the real reason. The real reason. What Lamar Jackson doing, that's what he thought Marcus Mariota was going to do. They game similar, but Marcus Mariota.
He thought Marcus was going to be the one to break Mike Vick's record, throw for 40 touchdowns.
Ain't nowhere near Lamar Jackson's game.
Marcus Mariota better be lucky if he get a backup job next year.
He has no hope, man. That's what it is. He's got no hope. See, that so now you got to have a backup team, and and Kirk Cousins and all that. See, that's what happens, man. When
you want to hear it again?
No, not really. I mean, you can play it if you want
not
to.
particularly. No.
Play it.
You like that? You like that?
Don't bother me. My team in the playoffs, son.
Hey, nobody can't turn my mic off because I'm producing the thing.
My team in the playoffs, son. You don't bother me at all.
My team has a top 10 pick
man.
again. Hooray.
McCown complete to Goddard for 12 yards. It's 4th and 4 at the Seattle 24.
They got to go for it.
Doug is going for it. It's Doug Peterson. Doug going for it.
They're not going to get too many more chances in the red zone.
Doug Peterson time, huh?
Yeah.
You're not going to get too many more chances in the red zone. 7 minutes left in the game. You got to go for it.
Doug going for it.
Yeah.
Look.
That's what he going for. Choke.
Yeah. Why? For what reason? What reason?
Because his team is out of the playoffs. That's why.
My team is still in the playoffs.
Because his team,
you playing your team right now.
Your team is the laughing stock of the league and has been for 20 years. What are you talking about? All right, we'll go back to that. Joining us now, first up on this 100th episode of the Quad Brothers Sports Show. We love him. You love him. His name is Coach Riz. Coach Riz, what's going on?
Gentlemen, how are you? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and congratulations on your 100th show. That's awesome.
Thank you, man. Same to you. We appreciate it. And, look, when I'm looking at the lineup, I was looking at the guests, I'm like, we got to have Coach. There's no way we can have a 100th episode and not have Coach Riz be on the show.
Right.
And Coach, I'm telling you, we got to make it happen. We got to get you. I keep looking at this belt.
We ain't got to give him the belt.
We got to give him his belt, man. The man earned it fair and square. We got to pick a date, and let's do that this week. Let's set a date, and we'll get a date going. The holidays are over.
I'd love to see you guys. That'd be I'd love to see you guys.
Yeah,
absolutely.
holidays are over, and we'll get that to you. So, Coach, how you been, man? What's been going on? How's life treating you?
Everything is well. Everything is well. We just had, I teach as well, so we had a couple weeks off, and I got to spend a lot of time with my wife and kids, and it was fantastic. And Christmas was great with the 7-year-old, and not much, relaxing and watching lots of bowls, and did not do very well in my bowl picks. That's for sure.
I bet not. Yeah.
And that's about it.
So you're still
ready
teaching?
To go back to kids tomorrow. Get ready back to school tomorrow.
So I would say you're still teaching then.
I am, yes.
What do you teach again? What subject?
I teach health. Ninth grade health.
Yeah. All right. Health class. Health class was always one of my better classes in when I was in high school. It's always one of my better classes.
I love it. For me, it's extension of coaching. I am a all or nothing guy. The way you guys saw me coach is the way I teach. I have a lot of passion for it, and it's a lot of fun.
So how often, Coach, do you keep up with any of your former players? Have you spoken to Donald Willis at all? Minnesota had a fantastic year this year. Went to a bowl game, 11-2. Really, basically made themselves known. Had a breakout year in the Big Ten. Have you talked to Donald at all about that?
Yeah, I have. Donald stays in touch. AJ Rose, who's at Kentucky, stays in touch. I just had a guy, Anthony Kostelik, who's a starting linebacker for Finley, stays in touch. And I get a lot of guys. Most of the guys, I'll be honest with you, most of the guys that I talk to still, it's not a lot of football anymore. It's which I'm very proud of. We do a lot of basically growing up, and I really force these kids to be accountable when I was coaching. And sometimes when you're young, you kind of doesn't always make you happy, but as you get older, you have more respect. For what coaches are trying to do, what teachers are trying to do. So, yeah, I stay in touch with those guys a lot. Donald's real close with Jason. When I was a head coach, Jason was real close with Donald as well. So those guys stay in touch well. Yeah, Donald's doing really well. Donald loves it up there, and he's doing really, really well.
So that's gotta feel good though. It's kind of, I guess, for lack of a better term, it's kind of validate everything that you do when you have somebody like a Donald Willis who goes on, or any player that goes on to the next level and is maybe not at first having success because he just got there, but the fact that he's even at the next level, it's got to kind of validate what you do, doesn't it?
It does, and it's for me, it's about getting the kids into school. People don't realize playing football at the next level, you gotta love it, and it's got to be. You gotta like practice. You gotta like lifting weights. And you gotta like being on time. You gotta like study table and all the things that go along with playing at that level. So just get these kids in, and that senior class. We had about 8 kids that went on to play college football. We got some kids at Division II, and we had Donald obviously at Minnesota. Mm-hmm. So that was a really good senior class. But just getting the kids into school, and bottom line is that no matter what level you play at, chances are you're done in 5 years. So no matter what, if you're at Ohio State or Minnesota, or if you're at a Division III school, you're done playing in 5 years. So I always kept that in my mind, get these kids kind of thinking about the big picture, as well as, obviously football's a part of that too for a lot of them. But there's a much bigger picture that, I think as a coach is our job to make sure they see that. And that's sometimes hard, but that's what my purpose was, to, make them be young men and understand what's coming, because mom's not going to be there anymore very soon.
Absolutely. Coach Riz, formerly of Garfield Heights, is our guest. Coach, all right, I know you're a fan. You picked them every week in our Pro Pick'ems. Coach, what the hell is going on with the Browns?
Well, I'm not. It's funny. I have been asked. A couple people have called me, and I've done a couple things. People asking me my opinion, and I don't jump on the fire the head coach bandwagon ever. It's kind of. They seem a little. Obviously, they seem a little dysfunctional.
A little.
Yeah, it's like. But it comes. The bottom line is, and one thing he said that I think they knew what they hired. I think they knew he's an unfinished product. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I really truly think he did the best he could. I think the egos and the personalities probably was hard to keep up with. The idea of being the head coach and the offensive coordinator at that level, you better have other people in place who can take some of those head coaching responsibilities. Because not only is he doing, he's got to know what everybody's doing, but he's still, being a coordinator at that level is just as hard as being the head coach if you're not doing both. And to do both is quite a it's got to be really, really hard. And I think it just kind of overwhelmed him. I've heard that he's too much of a player's coach. I try not to judge because You know, I was in that position, and I try to be supportive of all coaches. And none of us know what was going on in that building. None of us know, truthfully. That's how I always look at it. Like, I don't really know what was going on. Obviously, it seems like there need to be a change. But, you know, and then they want to hire new guys, and I always feel like, why would you hire a new guy? Well, you're going to go through the same growing pains that you just went through with a new guy. You know, people can say what they want, but, you know, over a course of 100 years of football, it shows that you're probably, next year is probably not going to be a super successful year for us again. I'm not saying it would have been with Freddie, but I think, you know, you got to give people, I just feel like you got to let people kind of get their system going. I mean, we were what, 1-3. When I was talking to you guys when we were 1-3 or 1-4, and everybody wanted them out. You know, and I just thought that was a little hasty. You know, but if you look at I'm a diehard Browns fan. I will be to the day I die. We are dysfunction. We have high dysfunction from the top down. It seems like.
Yep.
So I think he was just a pawn in the game. But the people we've hired just haven't been very productive. And you know, everybody talks about Hugh Jackson, but when Hugh Jackson was hired from the Cincinnati Bengals, he was the hot guy. That year he was the guy that everybody wanted. And you know, so you know, I think it's luck of the draw. I think, you know, I don't know. It's I'll continue to support him. There's dysfunction at a high level there, and you know, like if they're gonna get rid of Freddie Kitchens, then I think you got to hire McCarthy. He's been there. He's done that. Maybe he can control the egos. Maybe he can control the stuff going on. I don't know, but you know, there is a high level of dysfunction going on, and it's for me it's very sad because you know, I love watching the Browns and I love being a fan, and it's sad at times.
Absolutely. So how is I know, you know, you're in the you know, you're in the off season, but you know, at this time, but you know, last year I guess you were almost getting ready, right? You're still, because really for a coach there really is no off season. So like you were all still kind of getting ready through the off season. Does it feel a little bit different that you're not really doing anything football related right now in the wintertime?
It does. It is. You know, it is hard at times because I didn't get out of it because of football. I love coaching Garfield. I absolutely love, and I love all the stuff that goes into football. The time, the effort, all that stuff. And I really, for me, football deserves what it deserves. I grew up with football. My dad was a really good football coach, and I grew up with football. And I don't know how to do it any other way, but the way I do it really took away from my family. So it does. I miss it because I enjoy the grind. I enjoy all those hours. I enjoy the prep and being with the kids. But when it starts taking away from your own stuff, you got to kind of practice what you preach with your kids. You know, you got to, it's just taking too much time away from my family. But yeah, I do. You know, especially you get into bowl games, you get into playoff, you know, NFL playoff. You know, now we get back and we this is the fun time for me, was January through March when you're really grinding in the weight room. And you know, I will miss it, but it's nice picking my daughter up from school every day, and it's nice doing that stuff as well.
Man, listen, hey, Coach, listen, I can't tell you again how much your support is meant to us. It's hard for us to kind of believe that we've gone through 100 episodes already, but, you know, you've been supportive from the day we encountered you, and we really, really appreciate it. You know, you're welcome anytime on this show. We do have some things coming up here in 2020 that we're looking forward to, and again, I can't express to you enough how much your support means to us. So thank you so much, Coach. We really appreciate you coming on tonight. We got another guest coming up at 7:30, but again, we really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. And again, I'm going to reach out to you this week, man. Let's really set a date, and we'll get together so we can hand over this belt to you.
I thank you guys as well. I like being, you know, our friendship, our professionalism, then it turned into a friendship. So if there's anything I can ever do, please let me know. You guys are great. You're great for what you do for kids. You're honest. You're loyal. You guys are fantastic. So best of luck and congratulations again on the 100th episode. And I'll be talking to you guys soon. My waist is getting,
That's
needs
right.
a belt on it.
Get ready, Coach. Hey, thank you so much, Coach. We really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
You guys have a great night.
You got it.
Bye-bye.
Coach Riz. I love Coach Riz, man.
Man, they really just pass interference and put y'all on a 13. Man.
Let's go!
Crap.
Yeah, Flowers. Stop it.
Who's choking now?
He just got sacked, 2nd and 14.
Damn it.
Yeah. Say that again. Say that again.
Who's choking now?
That's all right. That's okay. See, this is why, you know what I mean? Here I am sitting here. My team is in a close playoff game. When's the last time y'all was in a playoff game, E?
His team is in the playoffs right now.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you was supposed to wear your Russell Wilson jersey, man. You
Right.
I
know.
He got his Eagle stuff on.
Fraud.
Do you realize that I have not worn the shirt, the Baker shirt, or the Odell shirt that you've given me? I have not worn my Browns hoodie. I have not worn my Browns hat since week 1. Since they got blown out by the Titans, I kindly put everything back into my closet and let it hang there. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that foolishness.
Fraudulent. Not me. I don't got no backup teams. I got one. Josh McCown, lead us.
That sounds so terrible.
It's so bad. I mean, but hey, it is what it is, man. Next man up.
Josh McCown is a capable backup.
Miles Sanders for 1. All right, man. This is it. 4 down. I mean, you know, ain't got no choice, man. It's 4 down territory right here.
Was this 4th and 12?
Nah, third and 13 right now.
Okay.
I mean,
4th and 7.
Okay.
This your season right here, kid.
All right.
Yeah, they still gotta go for the 2-point conversion if they get it.
Yep.
This the season right here.
Mine is. I'm on Bleacher Report. Mine must be a little bit behind y'all's.
Miles Sanders, 6-yard gain.
Damn it.
Short pass, 4th and 7.
2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
Yep.
All right, let's go. You know, I ain't nervous.
That's a lie.
Yeah, it's a bold-faced lie.
The crazy thing is, y'all actually had a good season, despite all the crap that you've been through.
All the injuries.
9 and 7.
Here's another thing to me, honestly, that speaks to Carson Wentz. You know, Carson Wentz is the first quarterback in the history of the league to have 4,000 yards passing in a season, and not one of his receivers went over 500 yards receiving.
That's disgusting.
Not one.
That's terrible.
Not Ertz, not Goddard, not Jeffrey, not Deshaun Jackson. Not one of his receivers over 500 yards.
Y'all got to get him some weapons during the offseason.
Hey, he had them. They get hurt.
Alshon Jeffrey has to go.
Yeah, he has to go. I would like to see Deshaun Jackson come back. Just off of that first game they played together, I need Deshaun Jackson to come back.
Maybe you guys can sign Antonio Brown.
Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no. No.
Give us a draft pick. Well, you could take Odell. We don't need Odell no more.
I don't want him either, man.
We don't need Odell no more.
What you mean?
We don't need him no more.
We don't need Baker no more.
We don't need none of that no more. Wait, you ready?
You know who I do want though? I want this and I know it's gonna sound crazy, and maybe only because he's been balling out for us the past 4 games or so. I want this Greg Ward kid to be re-signed. I don't know where this kid came from. I don't know whose team he was on, but he's on my team now. I want this kid to be re-signed. Him and Boston Scott.
Boston Scott, he remind me of Darren Sproles.
He said that's who we admired growing up. He's 5'6", 203 pounds.
He got some shiftiness to him.
I'm telling you, man.
Who?
Yeah, okay.
Who what? Who's he whoing? You don't know who Darren
Scott.
Sproles or Boston Scott?
Oh, yeah,
Boston Scott.
I know who Darren Sproles is.
Nobody really knew who Boston Scott was, but they know now. I need Boston Scott to be extended the season already. Okay, that's all right. But where's he playing at?
In the playoffs.
Oh, okay. Where Nick Chubb at?
My
Sitting
team.
at
I
home.
told you,
All right.
my team is playing in the playoffs right now.
Come on, man. I need 7. I need 8 yards or 7. I'll take 7. 7 or 8. That's all I need.
If anybody score on the Eagles, I need to be Miles Sanders for my fantasy.
Well, let's go.
Y'all still playing fantasy?
So so ours ended.
You want to tell them how it ended? Go ahead and tell them how it ended. Matter of fact, Eli, why don't you tell them how it ended?
I don't know how it ended.
I didn't watch either.
Who won?
His name is Josh. He's one of the new guys, I think. I think he started last year.
I was about to say, I don't know who Josh is.
It's like last year. But you know how much he won?
How much?
$3,500.
Ooh. Great way to start the new year.
I was about to say, I could use $3,500 right about now, boy.
Listen, for sure. So we're waiting on Jerome Castleberry to call in. So let's do this. Let's try to do a giveaway here. Let's see who's. Let's test it. Let's see who listens. The number to call is 216-386-0109. I'm going to put a question out here. Hold on a second. Let me go back to my questions. I brought some questions up here.
Ooh.
This will be for the Quad Brothers Sports Show T-shirt. This will be for the Quad Brothers Sports Show T-shirt. So here we go.
Josh McCown was sacked as Seattle ball.
Yep.
That's it.
Good season.
All right, so here's the question.
I'm sorry, I played
this. Did you play that after the 6 and 10 season that we just had? Did you just play that or?
The question is, so this is for a Quad Brothers Sports Show T-shirt. We're going to test see who's listening. The number to call is 216-386-0109. This is for a Quad Brothers Sports Show T-shirt. In 2000. Oh no, wait, no, I'm not doing it yet. No, what? No, I'm not giving you the question yet. I'm not gonna give you the chance to Google it. I'm not doing that. I want this to be fresh out the box. So if you want to try to win a Quad Brothers Sports Show T-shirt, call right now 216-386-0109, and I will give you the first question. Almost gave it away. Almost ruined my whole plan. Damn you! Sacked by Clowney. That was a good pickup by Seattle, man.
It was.
David Clowney.
It was.
So
stop it. You know what? Time out.
I don't know why he's doing it. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
We are not fit to sit here like neither one of y'all. Neither one of y'all was paying attention to the Houston Texans nor the Seattle Seahawks.
Man,
y'all cared not nothing about either team.
Before Deshaun Watson was drafted, I declared him as my favorite player. When he won,
I've been rolling with Russell Wilson since
what we not finna do? Y'all not finna do the whole LeBron James fan crap. We not finna do that around here.
That's what I'm doing.
We not finna do
LeBron
none of this
taught me
crap.
how to do that.
That's what they doing.
We not finna do that.
That's what I'm doing.
You ride for your hometown team. That is it. That is who you ride for. We don't do this. Oh, this is my favorite player. First of all,
Kev don't ride with his hometown team. He ride with the Eagles.
That's the only team out of the city.
Okay.
That I roll with.
This man been rooting for the Eagles since how long?
Years.
For 30 years. How long you been?
I'm 35 years old.
The Texans ain't even been around for 30 years.
I'm 35 years old.
The Texans ain't even been around for 30 years.
I'm 35 years old.
20 years.
I ain't got too much longer to be fooling around with the Cleveland Browns, man.
There you go.
Hey, I feel you so much on that. I was thinking about that the other day, like, yo, are we going to be dead and gone before the Browns get this together? Like, seriously. It's been 20 years, Reg. We done spent the past 20 years not doing anything.
And my youngest son, he's so into football. Now, I can't let him grow up.
You better not. You better not. You better not. You better not. I don't know who I told. Oh, so my little nephew, he's 1 year old. We were sitting there watching the Browns game. I told his parents, I was like, you will never, ever let this little boy root for the Cleveland Browns. Do you understand me? You would never let this man root for the Cleveland Browns. I see little kids walking around with Odell jerseys. I'm like, you better just root for Odell. Don't root for the Browns. Don't do it to yourself. If somebody had told me 20 years ago how bad this team would have been, I would have stuck with the Tennessee Titans. The Titans were my favorite team while the Browns was gone. I would have stuck with the Titans. Although I probably wouldn't have been rooting for Mariota because I don't like him. He's terrible. Jesus. He's trash. But other than that, I probably would have stuck with the Titans. But here I am, 20 years later, still rooting for the clowns because that's what they are. They're a bunch of clowns. They're terrible.
Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. I don't know if Jerome Castleberry is going to call in. I'm not sure, but let's take a quick break. Just a real short break, and we'll get out. We'll come back, and then when we come back, we'll try to do another giveaway. Try to do our first giveaway for Quad Brothers Sports Show T-shirt. So let's take a break. We'll come back, and then we'll try to do the giveaway. Eli's name of the song.
All right, name of the song is called Diamonds by William Beats. This is the Quad Brothers Sports Show on One Unit Media Network.
The Quad?
Yep.
My homie said I'm 35 years old. I can't.
William Murder in the beat. Where you murdering the beat? Where you murdering the beat? Where you murdering the beat?
All right, we are coming back right now. Hold on, I gotta do this one thing before I go back to my live feed. Hold on. All right, so we're gonna go to the phone line right now for our first giveaway. All right.
Hey, Mel.
So we're gonna do the first giveaway. Who's on? This is Mel online. Mel, this is Mel.
Oh, wait a minute.
Come on, E.
My bad. I got
Mel, you with us?
I'm with you. What's happening?
All right, what's good?
What up, Mel? Hey, Mel, I got one question for you. Who Pittsburgh playing next week?
Oh.
Hey, I got one question for you. What's Cleveland's record?
Exactly. Mel, I'm a Eagles fan. I got
your team just lost.
I got Eli over here giving me the business. I'm like, where your team at, bro?
Yo,
right.
Look, check this out. I respect everything about the Browns, but my thing is, because my show comes on a little later tonight.
Okay.
My thing is this. I don't think that the Browns did this right by firing Dorsey, and here's why. Although there was a power struggle in Kansas City, you see what Dorsey did in the time he was in Kansas City, putting it together.
Yep.
I don't think the Haslams played this out right, because if they played this out right, next year is totally different from this year. And what I mean by that is coaching and the offensive production is what hurt this team, more or less. I told Bones this.
They don't know who Bones is, man.
Okay, I told Reg this before I left. I told you if the Browns went 6-10, it was not going to be because of the talent. It was going to be because of the coaching. Freddie wore himself thin. Let's just call it what it is. You could see he was stretched the fuck out on the sideline.
All right, we gotta keep it clean. We gotta keep it clean. We gotta keep it clean.
Man, we not monitored by the FCC, man.
Well, I'm just saying. We don't know. Hey, man, we might.
Listen,
just saying.
He wore himself thin.
Right.
And because he wore himself thin, he basically put himself on the hot seat. Like, why did you hire Todd Monken if you weren't going to take the chance to make the offense better? That's just my question.
Well, the dysfunction starts at the top, man. That's how it goes. It starts at the top. So until they get it right at the top, it won't be right anywhere else. All right.
Then you need to sell the team.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if it starts at the top, you need to get rid of the owners. That's first.
I agree.
Sell the team to the Dolans or somebody, because they seem to be the only.
Don't sell them to them.
Whoa! You said the Dolans?
The Dolans. Them the last people you want to hold in the Browns.
Oh my God!
Hey, whoa! Go easy on me. Hear me out first. If you pay attention to Cleveland sports, and I know y'all know this, you pay attention to Cleveland sports. The Dolans are the only ownership group in the city of Cleveland that have done it right.
Sorry, hold on. Sorry, I don't know what's happening. Eli, producer, what's going on in the back?
My bad.
Oh my goodness, bro, you all right over there?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
you
good.
Drunk? I think Eli high or something, man. You all right?
You got a video going on in the background.
Let's do this. Let's give Mel the first opportunity to win a gift, to win a prize here. So this is gonna be for a Quad Brothers Sports Show T-shirt. So, Mel, I'm gonna ask you the question, trivia question. You got 10 seconds to answer it. So I'm not giving no chance to Google. You got 10 seconds. This will be for a Quad Brothers Sports Show T-shirt. You ready?
Right.
All right, here we go. In 2000, this Florida State quarterback became the oldest person to win the Heisman Trophy when he did so at 28 years old. Who was it?
Chris Winkie.
Chris Winkie is right.
All right.
Chris Winkie is right.
You should have gave him a harder question than that,
He good. So for the other questions, it'll be harder for the other prizes. Hey, thanks, man, for calling in. We appreciate it. Eli, get his information, and then we'll go ahead and we'll make sure you get that shirt sent to you, man.
Hey, man, much love to y'all, man.
Appreciate you. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
Yep.
You got it. All right, so E, go ahead and get his information. So, yeah, maybe I should.
As soon as he said that, I was like, oh, I know the answer to that. Come on, Kev.
That's for the T-shirt. I told you, man. For the other ones, it's going to get a little harder. I got some in there. Thank you, Kristen. Kristen said congratulations on our 100. Thank you, Kristen. Even though Kristen is a Cowboys fan, but I'm going to let that ride. Let it ride.
Congratulations on firing Jason Garrett finally.
It's about time.
Y'all are free.
No. Hey, Kristen, please hire Marvin Lewis. I heard Marvin Lewis was going down and talk to Dallas. Please hire Marvin Lewis, Dallas. Please hire Marvin Lewis.
So we got two Cowboy fans at the job, and when I seen that come across my screen, I literally ran over to them like, I hope to God y'all hire Marvin Lewis because it's gonna be hilarious.
Please. Oh, what up, my cuz? What up, Lynn? That's my cuz on there. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? Love you. I miss you. Got to get down there and check you out. Please, Dallas. Please hire Jason Garrett. I'm not Jason Garrett. Marvin Lewis.
You might as well hire Jason Garrett because it's the same thing. We'll get to the playoffs and then we'll lose. So, yeah, go ahead.
So, if you didn't know, final score in Philadelphia, Seahawks 17, Eagles 9. So, the Eagles season is over. And I'm not saying I'm glad that the season is over, but the injuries were just, you can only, when you have that many injuries, you can only go so far. You don't go so far with that many injuries.
I feel like y'all had,
there were a lot of injuries.
I feel like y'all had a successful season.
Yeah,
it'll
with
be
all
all
those
right.
injuries, it'll be all right. They'll be back next year.
You guys got to add some weapons. You got to get some weapons.
They got to get Carson some weapons. Got to get Carson some weapons. But Alshon Jeffrey's contract is so big. I don't know if they'll be able to get rid of Alshon Jeffrey's contract. That's the problem.
Oh, he's not a free agent? Oh,
no, he just signed an extension.
Good luck with that.
So, since we're waiting, since we were talking about it already, since Mel was talking about it already, I don't know. I really wish I knew what the hell was going on in Berea. Number one, in my opinion, you got to give Freddie more than 1 year.
Oh, no.
You got to give Freddie another season.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
You got to give Freddie
Did you hear what Todd Monken said?
No, what did he say?
He say they were running plays in the game that they didn't even practice.
I mean,
look, he can't even say that. He literally said that they would put together a game plan for the team, and Freddie would just start winging stuff. Not even following the game plan. Freddie would just start winging it all over the place.
Let me ask you: was that the beginning of the season or at the end of the season?
It's probably the whole season.
He just said they were running plays in the game that they never practiced.
But how much stock do you put into Todd Monken's word? Todd Monken
100%.
Todd Monken would have
100%.
He was there.
He would have an axe grind, would he not?
He was there.
You know why I put 100% into that? Because the same thing was said about Freddie Kitchens from that offensive line coach that we fired last year when he said this wasn't Freddie's offense. This was the quarterback's coach doing, and this was somebody else's coach. And we all laughed at him like, nah, Freddie know what he's doing.
We got a special caller.
Oh, we got a caller on the line? Okay. All right, so we're going to go to the phone line. Again, if you're watching on my Facebook Live, you want to hear everything that's going on in my headphones, download the app, Quad Brothers Sports Show, App Store, Google Play. You can hear everything that I hear. All right, so we are going to go to the phone line. Who's calling? What's up?
Hi, guys.
Gina! Hey, Gina, let me just say this, man.
Congratulations.
Gina, congratulations to
you.
And to Eli. It's about time Eli popped the question.
I was about to say, let me say this. It's about damn time.
Wait, I said our wedding favors are going to say finally on them.
Yeah, they should. They should say finally. It took Eli long enough.
So y'all ain't got to get in my ass no more, right?
I mean, it's about time.
No, we definitely gonna get in there.
But better late than never, Gina. Congrats to you and Eli on your engagement. What is going on with my microphone here?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's all coming out the thing. My bad. Hold on.
You got to take care of that guy over there for me.
Yeah, Mrs. Robinson. You right, Mike. You right. Yeah, you know what?
What, Mike?
Yeah, Mike said Mrs. Robinson. That's
right.
My
God.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
And you know, it is. When I saw the video, I was like, man, Ego, you know, you did it right. You did it how you supposed to do it. I mean, it took you long enough, but you did it how you supposed to do it.
Damn, kid.
We not gonna let that go ever.
I told you, man.
No, don't let it go.
Now that it's happened. Hey, Tiffany. Now that it's happened, Gina, I can tell you, I told Eli on numerous occasions, bruh, she's not gonna wait forever. I told him, man, hey, you know, make it happen or don't, but she ain't gonna wait forever. And I'm glad.
Somebody was trying to talk some sense into.
I'm glad he took my advice, man. So he said September in 2021, right? That's when the wedding gonna happen.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the goal.
All right, I will be there.
Although people are like, we want it to happen sooner. I'm like, you're not paying for it.
Exactly. Gina, listen, let me tell you something right now. I know it's your day. It's usually the ladies' day, and I'm not going to necessarily tell you how to do your wedding, but I'm just saying you can do it elegant and on the cheap side. That's what I did. I'm just throwing it out there. You don't need to spend
listen.
$20, $30.
I'm down.
You know.
I'm not trying to go into marriage with debt on my shoulders for my wedding.
No,
that's silly.
That's silly. When I got married, man, that was it. Now when we threw the pastor some money, that was it. No debt. We were done. That's it. So
pastor the money, it was done.
That's it, man. I'm really glad, Gina, and Gina been riding with us too, man. From the day we started this show. Not just because, you know, a lot of people don't know that, but when we started this show, we were doing this show just on the pro side. It wasn't until, you know, we met Mike, and Mike came aboard, that we started to do the high school. We were doing we're still doing the pro, but we were doing the high school after Mike came on, and Mike really set us on this direction, on this path. But Gina was with us when we was just doing it pro sports. We weren't even really thinking about high school sports, and Gina been rocking with us and we've been with Eli since then. So it's really great to see you guys finally get to that point where, you know, you're tying the knot and you're making it happen. Because I know that you've been by Eli's side, and by extension, you've been by our side through the whole thing. So,
I mean, it's nice to, you know, have a woman that supports your dreams and everything, man. So I got it right.
I'm gonna just, you know what? Right. You know what?
I agree. You did good,
Gina.
She did.
Yeah, he did good. He did good. I'm gonna just go ahead and take credit for it, Gina. That's all. I'm gonna just go ahead and take credit for the whole thing.
Hey, Gina,
Gina,
my only advice to E is I just told him, you're never right, bro, so just let it go.
No.
Oh, my God.
Thank you. Nope. Let him know that every chance you get, because he fights me all the time on it.
Happy wife, happy life, right?
Oh, what's up? Hey, Ken, man. Hey, Ken is in my life. He Ken. Hey, man, I don't know, Ken.
Y'all lost, okay?
E over here trying to hype up Kirk Cousins like that's his team or something.
Oh, you want me to play this?
He always likes to do that stuff.
Yeah, he does.
You know, he's a bandwagon
right.
person from time to time.
Because he ain't got no video of Baker saying that. He ain't got no audio.
How dare you?
He ain't got audio of nobody on the Browns. Period.
Oh, we got plenty of audio this year. You just don't want to play it.
No, you don't want to play it. You don't want to play it. That's all. All right.
Well, I won't keep you guys on the phone forever, but I did want to say congratulations on 100 shows. That's crazy.
Yes, thank you so much. I couldn't even believe it.
I'm so proud of you guys.
But I was just having to be looking. I'm like, man, we coming up on 100 already, so we wanted to make sure we had something to commemorate it. So thank you so much, man.
You're
really
welcome.
Appreciate it. All right, Gina. Well, have a good night. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate it. And September wedding time.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a party. It's gonna be a party.
All right, Mrs. Robinson.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Hopefully, I'll be there next week.
All right. Bye.
All right. Love you guys. Bye.
You too. Oh, what's up? Oh, okay. So Larry in my life. What's up, Larry? Larry talking about take that hat off. Okay.
Oh Lord. Are we talking about the Larry?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
That's the homie. That's the homie. It's cool, you know. Why? Why are Browns
no
fans?
ice cream?
Why are Browns fans still talking? Why are
Because
y'all
we're
still
angry.
talking? Why?
That's why. Because we're angry.
Pissed
We're
off.
angry
Still
and we're bitter.
I mean, you got a right to be angry and bitter. Your team is a laughing stock. Has been for 20 years. Why y'all still talking? But I want to know.
You want to know why? Because, and it boils down to two types of Browns fans. There was the Browns fans that had common sense,
right?
That knew that this was going to be a process and to take time. And then there was those crazy Brown fans that started pumping their chest and hitting stuff and just start making wild accusations all over the place.
Crazy.
Who we talking about? Deshaun Watson?
Let me tell you something. For those watching on my live feed, this is the closest props the Browns gonna get this year. Y'all get cups at McDonald's. That's the closest props y'all gonna get.
Crazy accusations such as we're going 14-2.
Okay.
We're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Oh, what's up to the homie Rock Mine?
Baker Mayfield is better than Carson Wentz.
Baker Mayfield ain't even close to better than Carson. How? How so?
Because he can stay healthy.
Okay.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are old.
Yeah, right.
Lamar Jackson is trash.
Yeah. You ain't going that way.
I said he was trash.
Lamar Jackson can't throw the football.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Remember all those?
Yeah, I remember.
This was just 16 weeks ago. It's not like it was 3 years ago.
See, and this is what I do, man. I don't, like I said, I don't have no backup team, man. You see this hat on my head, Mr. Jackson? This hat stays on my head. Don't come off.
All I wanted was 9-7 or 10-6.
Nope,
That's all I wanted.
No.
They couldn't even give you that.
That's all I wanted.
They couldn't
Rick.
give you 7 and 9.
I ain't want no Super Bowl. I ain't want none of that.
They couldn't even give you
I just
that.
wanted 9-7 in a playoff game. How hard was that?
One win
couldn't
lesser
even give
than
you
last
that.
year.
How hard was that? It's not even hard.
They couldn't even give you that. All right, so I'm going to jump off the live feed for just a second because I know who can give you what you want. The good people at C&B Custom Crafts. C&B Custom Crafts, custom-made products, custom-made signs. We have a couple signs that we're giving away tonight. Anything on their page that you see, you can find them on Instagram and Facebook. Anything on their page can be customized. Signs for your walls, signs for your doors, coffee tables, end tables, cornhole games. Anything that you want customized, C&B Custom Crafts can customize it for you. Handcrafted products, made in America, right down in the city of Canton, my hometown. Nothing looks the same at C&B because they use real wood. It's sanded and stained by the makers there. Again, handcrafted. The products can be shipped. The customer does pay for shipping according to the owners, but the products can be shipped to you. Again, you can follow them on Instagram. You can follow them on Facebook. Again, handcrafted, custom-made signs. Again, anything, coffee tables, end tables, whatever you want. C&B Custom Crafts got it for you. Contact Chris and Brooke at 330-232-0513. That's 330-232-0513. Handcrafted products made here in America. C&B Custom Crafts. All right. So we'll go back to my feed here. Sorry about that. Had to do a little promo for C&B. But look, man, as far again as an Eagles fan, I'll take it. I'll take this season all day long. With the injuries that the Eagles had and to finish 9-7 and then, you know, host a home playoff game, I'll take that. Take it all day. As far as the Browns, I don't know. You tell me.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing.
Always next
year.
Look.
This is another thing that we've missed out on. And your boy Willie, he just put it up here. 3 of the 4 remaining AFC's quarterbacks in the 2019 playoffs could have been drafted by the Browns.
Oh yeah. Let's not forget that either.
Let's not even forget the fact that Lamar Jackson was picked 32nd. Forget the fact that nobody knew who the hell Patrick Mahomes was. We knew who Deshaun Watson was.
Nah,
and he literally
you don't need him.
was in our lap.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. What does Coach say? What does Coach say at Clemson?
The Michael Jordan.
He say passing up on Deshaun Watson in the draft is like passing up on Michael Jordan.
And we did. And who did we take? We took Sam Bowie. That's who we took.
Yeah.
That's exactly who we took. We took Sam Bowie.
Basically.
That's exactly who we took.
So y'all can, you know.
The Pillsbury Doughboy.
So you Browns fans like Eli, y'all can, you know, you throw shade on Philly if you want to.
I'm a Houston fan, so screw the Browns.
Seahawks.
Look. I'm not even gonna flex. I'm a Browns fan. Mm-hmm. I'm bleed orange and brown. I love the Browns, but I kid you not. Y'all know me. For those 2 years that we went 1-31, I barely paid attention to the Browns.
They don't know what they're doing.
They don't.
How are you? And I don't care. And somebody said to me, I can't remember who it was, and I apologize, but that this is the norm. This is the trend. Oh, it was Willie. Willie said to me that this is the trend. This is the norm. This is what teams are doing now. I'm sorry. You don't hire the head coach before you hire the GM. No. And then you're going to give the head coach input on who the GM. So you're going to let the head coach have input on who his boss is going to be. What?
The crazy thing is they have the person. They have two people in that front office that should be their GM, either Elliot Wolf or Paul DePodesta. Period.
Well, DePodesta I don't think DePodesta is going to be part
No,
of
I don't think he's going to be part of the organization because he's
they
been a part. They
shouldn't have fired John Dorsey.
The past two coaching searches he's been a part of, and he has picked successful coaches. He wanted Sean McVay, and he wanted the dude from Buffalo. And each and every time, Jimmy Haslam was like, you know what? I'm going to go with this guy.
I'm going to tell you something. They built something special up in Buffalo.
Not to cut you off here, but you know why? You know why they say they're gonna hire a coach before they hire the general manager? Because they want Josh McDaniels, and Josh McDaniels and John Dorsey don't like each other.
I promise
it's gonna be McDaniels.
If we hire Josh McDaniels, I'm done. Getting. I'm not paying attention.
That's what they get.
I'm not paying attention. For all the success Josh McDaniels has had as a coordinator.
He was terrible as a coach.
That's what he is. He's an offensive coordinator.
He was a colossal failure in Denver, and then he stiffed the Indianapolis Colts.
This man drafted Tim Tebow in the first round.
Yeah.
That's all that needed. He drafted Tim Tebow.
They won a playoff game.
Okay.
They beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He did do that.
Come on, stop it, Eli.
He never got a full season, though, to play football.
You telling me Tim Tebow is a good quarterback?
I ain't saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he won a playoff game, man.
Okay. All right, man. Let's go to the phone line right now. Joining us on the line, all I can say about this brother, man, is that he has been so instrumental in what we are doing now. He is the one who linked up with us, gave us positive energy, positive direction, set us on this path. And for that, I know we'll forever be grateful to him. His name is Mike Alexander. Y'all know him as Coach Alexander. He joins us right now. Mike, what's good, homie?
Is this thing going? Hold on, is this on?
Yeah, you good. What's happening?
What up, Mike?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Oh, man, we making it happen, man. Hit 100 already, and again, you the one that set us on this path, man, and we thank you for it, man. I'll be forever grateful for that, man. You really imparted some knowledge and some wisdom on it, and we appreciate it.
Well, you know what? I want to clarify something. I don't think I want to take responsibility for setting y'all on this path. You were already on the path. I think my only role was you know how it is when you out and you driving your car and it start raining, and if you got some bullshit ass, excuse me, I can't even remember.
That's all right. Go ahead.
I said
but you know, if you got the windshield wipers on there and they not good, it's going to be squeaky. You can't really see. I feel like I just came along and put on some brand new windshield wipers, but you were already on the path to getting to where you needed to go.
That's what's up, man. So look now, so for the ones that was with us when we took this direction and knew you, they know you as Coach Alexander. What you been up to, man? Let them know what you've been up to.
You know what? I want to start off by saying this. I feel so bad right now. And the reason being is, as I moved on and was doing other stuff and then left the city, I didn't keep up with the show the way I should have. And I don't know if that's a part of my personality where I work on projects and I'll be like, all right, I did my part and I disappear. And so when you hit me up and was like, it's the 100th episode, I was completely shocked.
Right.
But at the same token, I was proud. And I was proud because it's rare to invest so much into something and then have people continue to have the integrity and passion to keep things going. And to see y'all never gave up and you kept going and you kept pushing the way we started off. I was like super proud. So that's why when you was like, hey, can you join the show? I'm like, that's a no-brainer. So I just wanted to get that out the way first. There's a part of shame on my part, but on the same token, it's a super pride that's involved. So congratulations to y'all for keeping the car moving towards the destination, because there's still so much more to do. So you've been doing an excellent job, and I'm proud of y'all.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. And you know, it has been a long journey. And I can't lie, I was shocked. I just happened to be going through some of the episodes, and I saw we was like on 95. We just posted. It was like 95, 96, something like that. And I'm like, damn, we coming up on 100 already. I was shocked myself, man. And yeah, man, it's been a ride, man. We done had some ups, we done had some downs. Some people rock with us, other people don't rock with us. But that is what it is, and we're gonna keep moving forward, man. So what you been doing, man? What you been getting into, Mike?
Well, obviously, when I had to take a step back, I went into doing leadership work with Lifetime. I did that for a while. I helped them out at the Lifetime up there in Beechwood. Mm-hmm. And then I got an offer to relocate to the D.C. area and help with another Lifetime down here. The experience was funny in itself. I got down to the area, and first and foremost, the particular area outside of D.C. I was in was like in the middle of nowhere. When I say the middle of nowhere, it's still the DMV, so it's stuff going on around here. But I was like in this new developmental area. Uh-huh. And I worked myself up to department head at that particular Lifetime. So I was the PT director there. And I was traveling around, and 2019 came, and I just was already burnt out. I hadn't even been in the role for about 5 months before I was just like, I can't do this no more.
Wow.
So I did something. I had a bucket list, and one of the things I always wanted to do was drive cross country. So early last year, I drove to California. I went to LA.
Okay.
And it was bad timing on my part, because 2 days after I got there, Nipsey Hussle got killed. And it changed the energy of the experience. And I stayed there for a month, and I ended up coming back to the D.C. area. So I traveled around some more, and I ended up taking a position as the regional director for Title Boxing Club down here.
Okay.
Did that for a while, and then I just had this restlessness about me, and I was just like, Mike, it's something else you got to do. Step away from this. Something else about to happen. And sure enough, a month, not even a full month after I stepped back from Title, I got a phone call, and the young lady I had been in a relationship with for the past year, she had gone out to California. We separated, and coming to find out, she was pregnant the whole time. So she was 17 weeks pregnant when she contacted me. So I got a daughter on the way.
What you say? Right. Jumping in there, man. This will be your first, right?
Yeah.
Away we go. And away we go. Yeah, man.
But you know what? It's crazy. I literally asked for her. Ever since I was a young guy, I always saw my first child being a girl. And every major relationship I was in, when we would talk about children, I used to always be like, I hope you cool with having a daughter, because that's what I'm going to have first. And sure enough, when we made a decision that we was going to move forward together and have this child, I flew to LA. I was out there a few weeks ago. We went to the doctor, had the ultrasound done, and it was a girl. And it just felt so surreal. And so to be walking around like I got a daughter coming, it's kind of mind-blowing. So I look forward to this next journey.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, as the father of two girls, I mean, it's an experience, man. That's all I can say, boy. It's an experience, man. And my girls are now 12 and 10, and I mean, it's a whole other world, man. That's the only way I can describe it. I mean, I've never had a boy, but I heard boys are easier. But with girls, it's so many other things that you probably even have to even begin to worry about with a boy that you got to think about with girls. And I'm happy for you, brother, but boy, it's coming. It's a new experience, man, for sure. So all right, Mike, man. So we was on the show with us, man. You rocked it. We talked about everything. So what's your take, man? What's your take on what's going on here in Cleveland with the Browns? Is this team ever going to get it right?
First answer is no. No. The answer to your last question is no. I hate to say that. I don't think. I hate to say this. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick little story.
Go ahead.
So, I first got to the DMV, and I still had my Ohio State stuff. I got the Ohio State lunchbox I brought with me. And you know, when I say lunchbox, it's one of them like
the cooler type deal.
Yeah, like a cooler type thing. So in my office, I got Ohio State. My girl brought me an Ohio State thing on the back of my car for the license plate. And then I went to the store here and found the Cleveland Browns. This is when they was like, we had OBJ and we was about to be the best team and this and that. So I got Ohio State on the back and I got Cleveland Browns on the front. So I'm walking around with my chest out like, yeah, always 10, y'all know what it is. And as the season was going on for Cleveland, I slowly but surely wanted so bad to just take that thing off the front of my truck. I stopped wearing my Cleveland Browns stuff to the gym. I just started wearing it in the house for like sleeping in and walking around. I just was embarrassed. And luckily I moved to an area where their team is even worse than our own home team. So I just was like, I can't believe this. And then I was talking to somebody one day and I said, you know what? I know y'all gonna think I'm superstitious, but I'm old enough to remember. I remember when I was little and I was watching Dick Goddard and them on the news.
Yep.
And some of the leaders of the Indian tribes in Ohio had come to Cleveland to protest the use of Chief Wahoo. Right. And they literally handcuffed themselves to like parts of the stadium or something downtown to interfere with the flow of business. And so when the camera people went down there to interview them, they was talking to one of the older elders. And they were like, well, what do you want? And when they told them that they had to remove the image, and until they did, the city of Cleveland was going to be cursed and none of the sports teams was going to win, I was like, I mean, I was a kid, but I was kind of mesmerized by that. Like, because, you know, there's this image of the Native American and the elder, like the shaman or whatever. And I was like, And it just seemed like ever since that day, Cleveland had the worst luck ever. It took for a brother from the Northeast Ohio area to go through hell and back to even get us a championship in the city. But I just feel like Cleveland as a whole, I know they just took Chief Wahoo out, so maybe that'll turn something around, but I don't know how the Browns is connected to that because it seems like they can't win for losing.
For nothing. I'm almost inclined to believe that too, man. I don't know what it is. Yeah, you're right. It took a superhuman effort from LeBron to get the championship, but I don't know, man. You got the Hasms don't know what they doing. The Dolans don't know what they doing. The only team that really look even stable in this city is the Monsters. That's the only team that looks stable in this whole entire city.
Hey, Mike, I'm a Texas fan now.
Oh, yeah, you're a Texans fan. Okay, yeah.
Man, Riz, ain't nobody messing with you, man. I heard you when I was when I was listening there earlier. I said, here you go. But you know what? Phil said something that I had to slump my shoulders down to agree with. And that is, I can't help it. I'm going to always be a Browns fan. They sucker. I don't know what they put in our baby food when we first born in Cleveland. But that Lake Erie water, I don't know if it's the fish or what, but they brainwash us into being gluttons for pain. Like, I can't help but be a Browns fan. Like, no matter where I live at, I'm getting ready to be in L.A., so I got the L.A. Rams, and I'm not even thinking about the Chargers, but I could easily be like, I'm about to be a Rams fan, but I can't. It's in my DNA. I can't. If anything, I'm gonna be a Browns fan. I just won't pay him no attention.
But see, that's the thing. That's the thing. That you true to it. Like I've been an Eagles fan since 1988. I can't root for no other team. I don't have a backup team. I've got one team. I don't have no backups. I don't know what Eli Reggie talking about. I ain't got no backup team.
You've seen success before. I haven't.
Hey, man.
Y'all won a freaking Super Bowl.
Hey, man, that ain't my fault, brother. Hey, get it right. I got one team. I don't have no other team in no sport. When in baseball it's the Indians, in basketball it's the Cavaliers. As much as they suck, I don't have no other teams. So I just, for me personally, I respect it, man. I respect it, Mike, because I always tell when you go through this part, when you get to the top, because I experienced it. I've seen some really bad Eagles football, some terrible. Bobby Hoyne was our quarterback at one point. I've seen some bad Eagles football. When they won in 2017, I can't even describe to you how good it felt. It's just I don't know, man. I don't know. When you go through this, when y'all finally get to the top, when they get this thing right and they finally get to the top of the mountain,
we'll be dead.
Yep.
Well, maybe yeah, probably. But I just look, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. So, Mike, let's do this because we've been talking about it. And I'm gonna switch gears just a little bit, man. And hopefully nobody really clicks off. But I wanted to ask you. I wanted to get your thoughts on it, man. So.
You know what's coming.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, man, on what's happening with this whole conflict with the dude on Pennsylvania Avenue? I wanted to just get your thoughts real quick because I know you into that, and I wanted to kind of touch on it because look, this is our 100th episode, man. We freestyling everything on this show today. So what's your thoughts on it, just real quick?
Oh man. First and foremost, you got. You got a hell of a friend list. I try not. I do. I try not to get involved with responding to people on social media because I already know what it is. It's a troll game that they got going on. But it just amazed me how far from reality people are. And when I say that, I'm not saying that my way of looking at things is better than anybody else's. I try to be as objective as possible because there are times when I hear Democrats say some things about the Republicans and I don't completely agree. So I try to be objective. With that being said, if there's anybody listening right now that feel like we not headed in a dire straight direction as far as a country from what just happened the other day, I don't know what else they need to see.
Me neither.
This dude has completely trashed every element of political structure that this country has created. Now, the rebel in me usually roots for stuff like that, to see stuff upended, especially if it's not working in the people's favor.
Right.
However, he has done some things to disgrace the presidential office that's just like above and beyond completely ignorant. So for you to go ahead and decide that you're going to assassinate the number 2 man of another country and you think that's not going to start a war, I don't understand where his line of reasoning is. This man got up on TV the other night and said, I did what I did to avoid a war with them, and we're safer now because of it.
Clueless.
And I literally smacked my face with both hands like,
clueless.
This got to be a nightmare. This can't be real. I'm gonna wake up eventually from whatever this is in a cold sweat and be like, man, okay, who in office for real? Because it can't be this.
Absolutely clueless. Absolutely clueless. And like I said, I know we've been kind of going back and forth on the book about it. I just want to touch on it. I didn't want to spend too much time, but I want to touch on it because I know you're going to have an opinion on it, and I respect your opinion. And, yeah, just
oh, no. I got a question. I got a question. And once again, pardon us for, whoever's listening. Mike, what is it about certain people, and you know what I mean by certain people, that they can't leave the Middle East alone? Mike, they've been trying to invade, and they've been warring with these people for thousands of years, not even hundreds. This goes back to the Middle Ages. They've been warring with these people for thousands of years. Why can't they leave these people alone?
Well, you know what? I put up a post, I think yesterday, about that, about the history of resource grab. I'm just gonna say this from a factual standpoint. This is not opinionated. This ain't nothing that got to do nothing with race. This is a factual thing about history. If you got a group of people who come from a section of the planet where resources are scarce, and they start traveling out throughout the world, and they start coming in contact with different cultures and see the vast wealth that come from the planet and other places, of course there's going to be a level of jealousy and envy that's bred out of that. So imagine when Europeans came out of the Ice Age and they start traveling down towards Africa and India. You got to go through the Middle East unless you went across the Straits of Gibraltar or the Mediterranean Sea. But if you on foot, they had to go through the Caucasus Mountains. This is where the whole thing about Caucasian come in, because of the Caucasus Mountains' importance in connecting those land masses. But you come down from the Ice Age after fighting to the death over the last deer that you probably saw when there's no vegetation or nothing. And you happen to come across these civilizations where they walking around in luxury. I mean, to us, wearing gold, diamonds, eating fruit, all of that stuff wasn't even a big conversation for us. It was an everyday thing. But for them, and this includes Russia, because Russia can't grow nothing either. The only thing they got as an export right now that give them money is oil. So if you remove oil from the conversation, what does Europe and Russia and those countries in the steppes, the Asian steppes, what do they produce naturally in order to trade with the world? It's nothing. So that's why they've spent so many centuries trying to take over Africa, parts of Southern Asia, and the Middle East is the bridge. It's the median hub point for all of those areas. And with oil being the basis of the petrodollar, they have to have as much control over that, because I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but within the last few years, Russia got together with Iran, China, Brazil, South Africa, at one time Libya and Iraq, and that's why they got murked off. They was trying to come up with a new world currency that was not based on petroleum. It was going to be backed by gold again. And that's what set our country off on this rampage to try to control as many countries as possible and assassinate the leadership, because they want to have control of the petroleum, the oil, and then continue the control that they have over the natural resources that come out of the earth in those places. That's what it boiled down to. So for anybody that's listening and they just heard what I said and they like, oh, that's BS. Your brain is already melted. So this ain't even for you. Your brain don't even function right. Because what I just said can't be argued. It's a scientific fact, and it's something that's been understood even in political circles. That's why you had people come out and say, hold on, so you just went ahead and assassinated this dude we've been trying not to assassinate for the last 10 years because you had this intelligence, and it just so happened you did it right around the time you being impeached and we getting ready for another election. Come on now.
I'm just saying, put two and two together, equal four all the time. Look, hey, Mike, man.
Hold on, I want to say something.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
Hey, you know what, Mike? I wanted to thank you for as far as, producing, because I remember when I first, started producing the show, I was, scared and whatnot, what should I hit here? What should I do there? I just want to say thank you. Thank you for, all the wisdom and everything, and for getting in my butt with Gina.
True
I'm
indeed.
engaged. Yeah, I'm engaged
right.
now. So, yeah. So, I want to thank you, brother.
No, you know what? When I saw that news on Facebook, I was, again, excited and proud. And then it dawned on me. I said, wait a minute. This dude waited 15 months after I left to finally get this right. Like, it took you 15 months to finally figure out. You had no other option, man. Listen, you did yourself a favor, because Gina is a beyond amazing woman, and she got hella patience. She waited a long time for you to figure this out. And so now that you finally made the move, your next job is to maintain this relationship and do right by her as she does right by you. So congratulations to the both of you. I love y'all. And I can't wait to fly in because I will. That's the only reason I'm coming back to Cleveland.
Oh, we showing out, Mike. We showing out that day. We showing out that day. We gonna show out that day. That ain't no question. We showing out. You coming to Eli's wedding, just know at least 5 of us they're gonna be showing out.
Terrible. They gonna be like, who is their brothers?
It's gonna be more than that.
What's going on?
It's gonna be more than that. Everybody that's friends with Gina, and everybody that knows that relationship going back to high school, everybody gonna show out. That's gonna be such a joyous time, man. So I look forward to that.
For sure, man. Hey, Mike, man. I can't, man. I can't really properly put it into words, man. But I'm like Eli, man. All I can say is thank you, man. You family, and what you've done for this show means a lot to me. Means a lot to the fellas, and I know you said you was like the windshield wipers, man. But I think you was a lot more than that, in my personal opinion. You kind of gave us that direction, and it won't be forgotten, man. And you know what it is, man. You welcome on this show anytime. You family, anytime you want to come through, call in, whatever, man. Make it happen, man. And we got room, we got time for you.
Oh, most definitely. I was thinking about that. Like, we wanted to put our heads together. Y'all remember on Tom Joyner, they used to have Huggy Lowdown call in?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking about that. I ain't trying to be Huggy Lowdown, but but even if we do something where I call in, and even just like we had a little political breakdown or something, just something to kind of add a different angle to the show and keep it fresh. So we'll talk about it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, Mike, thanks so much for calling in, man. We really appreciate it, brother. You take care. Have a good night, all right?
All right, same to y'all.
You
Peace.
got it, man. Coach Alexander. That brother family right there. Hey, so let me just say real quick, man. We doing these giveaways. I'm on my Facebook Live feed. If you watching my Facebook Live feed, and I know some of y'all was probably sitting there like, how come he ain't saying anything? That's because we was talking to Mike. But you wouldn't know that if you don't have the app, because then you can't get on the app and listen to the show live. Download the app. It's a free app. You don't have to pay nothing for it. The Quad Brothers Sports Show. It's in Google Play. It's in the App Store. Just download the app, and everything that I hear in these headphones, you can hear it. That's why I was sitting there not really saying anything. I was talking to Mike. We were listening to Mike talk. And we went off on another direction, but I wanted to do that because it's our show. We can do what we wanted. So here's what I'm going to do. We got some more giveaways. We got these custom-made signs from C&B Custom Crafts. We got, if you go to our Facebook page, those of you looking on a Facebook Live feed, you go to our Facebook page right now, you'll see what we're giving away. We got some Quad Brothers Sports Show gear. We got these 2 signs from C&B Custom Crafts. Shout out to Brooke and Chris Bowser. They have an amazing company, C&B Custom Crafts. Everything is handcrafted, made here in America, right down in Canton. You can go and get it. Anything that you see on their page, they can custom make. It's not a problem. They can do Ohio State, Browns, seasonal, whatever you want to do. It's whatever you need. C&B Custom Crafts got you. You can find them here on Facebook. The page is C&B Custom Crafts. You can find them on Instagram. Again, it's C&B Custom Crafts. Signs, coffee tables, end tables, cornhole boards, whatever you want. C&B Custom Crafts got you. So, not download the app, but go to, it's my phone up. Go to their page, C&B Custom Crafts. It's here on Facebook, and you can go find them on Instagram. Get in touch with Chris and Brooke. The number is 330-232-0513. It's 330-232-0513. C&B Custom Crafts. They got you. Get set. Valentine's Day is coming up, fellas. You want to give your lady a nice present? Hit them up. Hit up C&B Custom Crafts. Get her a nice little sign, something to decorate for the house. Fellas, your wives, they like decorating. Hit them up. C&B Custom Crafts. They got 2 signs, 2 beautiful Ohio State signs. We'll be giving those away. So the number to call, 216-386-0109. We're going to be giving that stuff away here. We got more guests coming up. We're loaded with guests. Coming up in a few minutes, we got Nasir Rasheed coming up, formerly of Shaker Heights, and now of the Air Force Academy. So Nasir will be coming up as well in a couple of minutes. So we'll be talking to Nasir Rasheed. So let's do this. It's 8:20. You know what? Let's stay on. I'm trying to figure out a way to I don't want to give people the chance to Google these, especially for the signs, but I don't really know how else to do. I want to have people call in so we can just ask them the question right away.
Go live on IG.
Call out, yeah. Oh yeah, sure could. You're right. So maybe we'll do that. We'll talk to Nasir a little bit, and we'll do that. And we'll go live on Instagram. Eli, can you know how to do that? Eli, can you do that? Or you gotta? What do y'all? You or Phil go live on Instagram? Reggie, you or Phil? Because I want to try to get these away. I want to try to get these signs away.
We have T-shirts as well. And
we got
hoodies,
signs.
man.
We got 2 hoodies, and we got another T-shirt. We got a ladies T-shirt. We already gave away one of the T-shirts. So we already had Mel. Shout out to Mel. Mel won one of the T-shirts. We got a ladies T-shirt to give away. It's nice. It's pretty. It's sparkly. We got 2 hoodies to give away. Quad Brothers Sports Show hoodies. And again, we have 2 custom-made signs from C&B Custom Crafts. Go to our Facebook page, the Quad Brothers Sports Show. The pictures are on our Facebook page. For those of you that are watching on my live feed, the pictures are on my Facebook page, on our Facebook page. Excuse me, the Quad Brothers Sports Show. These 2 beautiful Ohio State signs. We're giving away each of them. We're going to be doing some sports trivia for those signs, for the hoodies, and for the T-shirt. We'll be going live on Instagram here in just a little bit to get that said. Nasir Rasheed calling in just a couple of minutes. We'll chop it over Nasir. One of the best interviews that we've ever done on this show was Nasir Rasheed. And that's a fact. We've done a lot of interviews on this show. Nasir is one of the best. Bright young man. Great family structure. And shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Rasheed, man. And quiet as kept. His younger brother out there shaking doing his thing on that D-line. And so we'll be looking out for him come summertime. You know, it's 2020, man. We got some things going on. We're going to try to do some things this year. I'm still thinking we may try to incorporate another sport if we can. I'd like to do baseball if we can figure out a way to do that, or maybe track, something like that. I'd like to incorporate that into our repertoire and see how that works. I mean, you know, we could do
track
more.
would be dope.
But how would we do? But our track and cross country are 2 different things, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, I can do it. I can see how we do track, but how would we ever do cross country?
But track is big up here. Track is dope up here.
You can do track. We'll look at it. We're going to look at a couple of things. But we do want to give away these prizes, man. Because listen, man, it's really, this is celebration. 100 episodes in, and it's been a lot of work, man. This is a labor of love. For those that don't know, this is a labor of love, and to be 100 episodes in, to me, that's a huge accomplishment. And I'm not afraid to brag on that a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, we've worked hard at this. Worked hard, put a lot of time in, did a lot of traveling, spent our own money, all that. And so for us to reach 100 episodes, yeah, I'm proud of that, without question. So like I said, Nasir Rasheed coming up here in just a couple of minutes. And then at 8:45, Robert and Peggy Lowery, who are parents of one of the first members of our high school football top 25, John Anthony Lowery, who is up at Grand Valley State right now doing his thing up there. They've been super supportive, as has been the whole Elyria community, super supportive of this show. So Robert and Peggy Lowery will be calling at 8:45. Nasir, again, calling here in just a couple of minutes. And, man, that's a lot of, what's going on in my feed? A lot of love's going on here. There's a lot. No doubt.
I mean, are you
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I didn't do it myself. I don't know. So, so now we got the semifinals are set here in the NFC. So now we got Minnesota, San Francisco. Seattle, by virtue of beating Philadelphia today, will go to Green Bay. and play the Packers. Now, that'll be a good game. It's going to be 2 good games, actually. Minnesota and San Francisco, Green Bay and Seattle.
Minnesota winning.
Okay. All right. Minnesota going to win in San Francisco?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
You like that?
They did. Now, I can't, I can't totally dispute that. They won in New Orleans.
You know where my loyalties lie. You know who.
I mean, yeah.
You know where it's coming.
Yeah.
You know where it's coming. Right. You already know.
Appreciate that, Todd. Thank you, man.
King Aaron the 12th. You know.
Yeah.
Don't act like you don't know.
King Aaron the 12th.
Don't act like you don't know.
It's this man's time.
Okay.
Who?
Eli, I'm gonna need you to make a decision, brother. Is it gonna be Baker Mayfield? Is it gonna be?
He got 3. He got 3.
Is it gonna be Russell
Baker
Wilson,
Mayfield, Russell Wilson,
Kirk
and
Cousins?
Kirk Cousins?
You got a Cam Newton. I mean, who's it gonna be, bro? Who's gonna be your quarterback?
It's Russell Wilson, but I like the way Kirk.
When next season starts, it's gonna be Kirk Cousins and Russell Wilson.
I mean, I'm a Browns fan.
Oh, okay.
Man.
Oh, he's still a Browns fan. No. What I'm gonna need you to do, sir, is if Baker get his stuff together, stay off the bandwagon.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna need.
I'm
gonna need you to stay over there. Yeah. Stay over there with your Russell Wilson jersey. Stay over there with Kirk Cousins. I'm gonna need y'all to do that.
I'm an Eagles fan. I'm not propping up Jimmy Garoppolo.
You know what I mean? I don't need no second team.
Hey.
We don't need no second teams around here.
I get credit where credit is due, but I ain't propping up Jimmy Garoppolo. That's all I'm saying.
You don't got to when your team make it to the playoffs every year. You don't got to have a second team.
That's right.
That's not my problem, brother.
I'm going to say, when was the last time the Eagles were trash? The 90s?
Yeah.
The 90s, yeah.
No, they had a little stretch in the 2000s where they like, with the Chip Kelly years.
Yeah, that's right. Chip
Kelly been good.
Yeah, in this decade,
they had like two seasons with Chip.
Yeah, the first Chip Kelly season was 10-6,
yeah,
and the division title, and then after that next season with Chip Kelly was terrible because he got rid of Shady, he got rid of Deshaun Jackson.
But y'all had like 30 years of Andy Reid.
Yeah, Andy was there for 14. Man, yeah, Andy got there. Andy got there in '99. He was there to 2013.
Oh, you mean we could have hired Andy Reid too? That's funny.
Andy, yeah. You didn't want Brett Favre's quarterback,
Nah, we didn't want that.
Didn't want that.
We wanted
who was the first coach of the Browns? I can't even
Carmen Policy?
No.
Chris Palmer.
Chris Palmer,
yeah.
That's who it was.
We could have had Donovan McNabb too. Who did we take?
And Ricky
Tim
Williams.
Couch.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. We could have had Ricky too.
Tim Couch. You had. I thank you. Thank you for taking Tim Couch and not Donovan McNabb. I appreciate.
You know what? I'm not even gonna front. Tim Couch probably would have been all right had we actually gave him an offensive line and a running back.
Our starting running back was Terry Kirby.
I was about to say, and wide receiver. Yeah, it was bad. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Terry Kirby.
We should have known then. We should have known right there. Hey, if anybody wants to know how terrible it was for the Browns to start, I hate plugging other people, but read False Start by Terry Pluto. If you ever read that book, you will see how screwed up and how quickly we threw the Browns organization's rebirth. It was thrown together in like a year. It was terrible.
Yeah? What we got? What is wrong with our producer today?
I don't know. His phone acted up.
Oh, man.
Hello? Nah.
I'm guessing that was probably not serious. Maybe something happened with the gas. Yeah. Oh, Miles, don't hate like that. He said Miles, but I don't hate like that, man. Talking about why we giving away trash signs because they Buckeye signs. Hey, man.
Sir, what happened to your Wolverines there? Mm-hmm. What happened there? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
I laughed at Michigan fans talking about, what happened to Clemson? Oh, we got beat by the defending champions by 6 in the playoff. Y'all got beat down by Alabama in the Citrus Bowl. What are we talking about here?
When was the last time y'all made the cut? Oh, that's right, y'all haven't made the cut. When was the last time you won an outright national champ? Oh, that's right, you haven't.
1989.
Was that outright?
The last time they won an outright championship, I believe, was
like then they win it in '92 and they shared it with who was it? Florida State, Florida, one of them two.
Yeah.
Ty probably knows. He'll probably say.
Let's do this. Because the Lowrys are calling at 8:45. What's going on with the call? Is anybody on? What's going on with the line? Is nobody online? Okay. Let me see if Nasir can call at 9. Let me see if Nasir can call back at 9. Because the Lowry, I don't want to. We went over, and I don't want to. Oh, you on there? All right. Let me see if the Lowrys can call at 9. Hold on. All right, hold on 1 second. You put him on there? All right, so we're going to go to the phone line right now. Sorry, we ready? Okay. Join us right now on the phone line. He is a former defensive player for the Shaker Heights Red Raiders. He is now at the Air Force Academy getting ready to ball out for them. One of the best interviews we've ever had on this show. His name is Nasir Rasheed. He joins us right now. Nasir, what's good, homie?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Oh, man. Listen, man. We living, man, trying to get to your status, Nasir. You out there making big things happen, man. How's everything going?
It's going pretty good. It's humbling. So, that's all I can say right now.
So now you are at the Air Force Academy. So now, did you? I wasn't sure. I don't remember if you. I couldn't remember if you did not. Did you redshirt your fresh year?
Yes, sir. Basically, I'm at the prep school. It's connected to the Air Force Academy.
Okay.
Army has a prep school. Et cetera, et cetera. But all the service academies have a prep school. So basically about the same thing as redshirting, except I just have a extra year and have all my years of eligibility once I get up, to the actual academy and whatnot. But we still connected to the team and the program.
Okay.
So it's all in the same, really.
So now here's something that I wanted to ask because, obviously when you go to one of the academies, like that's not, it's not you just sign up to play football. You're actually joining the military. So how does that decision come about when you kind of factor everything into? You're like, okay, I'm going there to play football, but I'm also joining the United States military. How does that factor, and when do you get to that point where you're like, okay, this is what I want to do?
Honestly, it all just kind of came down to what I wanted my life to be like. Once I get out of the military, once I'm just a full-on adult. Basically. So, I just really wanted to make sure my future was straight.
Right.
Not only just for myself, but for my family, for, whatever woman I have in the future and things like that. Honestly, for my kids and just have generational wealth. So that's really what I was thinking about. It's different. When you go to the academy, you can be an officer and you don't have to do, certain things that enlisted members would do. I'll be leading, those people rather than just following them as I continue my career, in the United States military.
Now, I was going to say, have you decided, because I know there are so many things, so many choices that you would have by joining the Air Force. Have you decided where you want to go with that? Is football at the next level, maybe possibly the NFL? Is that even a choice for you, or are you kind of focusing on the military?
No, definitely. I definitely want to go to the league. Honestly, I said, all throughout high school, the league wasn't really my plan A. I just wanted to have a great collegiate career, but because of just, what I'll fall back on if I don't make it to the NFL with the academy, that's my plan A right now. I'm trying to push to go to the NFL, obviously be a great officer one day, but, I just really hope and wish and pray, the opportunity comes, and, I don't see why it wouldn't. We just finished with an 11-2 season.
Yes, sir.
Being, 2 Power 5 teams this year, all in one season. So, it was a historic season, and, things are headed in the right direction. It's a great fit for me in terms of the scheme. So, I really don't see why not. NFL scouts come, scout our players and whatnot. So, it's all the same opportunity, really. So, that's definitely my plan A as of right now. And then plan B would, if it doesn't work out, just being a civil engineer or orthopedic surgeon or, one of those things, something that, I also love.
Former Shaker Heights Red Raider and current Air Force Falcon, Nasir Rasheed is our guest. So how does that work then, though, Nasir? So let's say you're done with football there. You play your 4 years. Can you immediately jump to the NFL, or do you have to still serve time?
Oh, yeah.
How's that work?
If it's because the president and the Secretary of Defense changed the rule now where service academy athletes have the same opportunity as all collegiate athletes across the nation. I could get drafted, the senior year of, my senior year, March of my senior year, go to the NFL draft, be a part of that, and get drafted, all on live television, and then graduate that May, and then, forego my obligations that I have to the academy, in the military, and start my NFL career. and just be a reservist in the Air Force. That's exactly how that would work.
Now, I know you can only go by what you see. You may not see it all, but I know you have a tight family structure, a great relationship with your mother and your father. How are they handling you being, so far away? You're in Colorado Springs. How are they dealing with that, and how often do you get to see or talk to them? Do you talk to them every day?
Yes, sir. I mean, it's normal. Like, it's more college than military right now. I just got home from winter break. I was home for about a month.
Okay.
All the month of December. So it's really all the same. I talk to him every day. My younger brother, who's at Shaker right now doing his thing, his birthday was yesterday. So, even though I came back, to Colorado and I missed it, I'm still with them, heavily involved with my family. I see them every day on FaceTime, and then when I go home for breaks. So it's very flexible out here. I mean, it was tough at first, but we're getting used to it, and they know it's a great opportunity for me, and they're really proud of me and happy for me, and they know I can take things far, whether that's with football or just life. So
now, I know your brother is making his own name there at Shaker. I know he had a pretty good year this year, and I'm sure looking for more next year. You were in that position where, for a lack of a better term, you were the man at Shaker Heights. What kind of tips do you give him as far as being in a position where maybe the coaching staff and even the fans at Shaker Heights are going to start to expect more from you? Have you talked to him about that, and what kind of advice would you give him on how to handle that?
I just tell him, every day, like, I want him to be better than me. So I just tell him, do what I do. Don't get caught up, really with, like, stars or offers, things like that, because it's all going to come. Like, it comes to all the, good players, all the, and the only difference between a good player and a great player is just how you conduct yourself and what you can control. Like, control the things you can control. And that's what I tell him all the time. I got a plan for him. We're working it out, and I'm sure things are going to go a lot better for him than they did for me, in terms of just all the opportunities he possibly may have, So, but he's listening. I just tell him really just stay humble and, listen to every bit of advice and decipher what, you want out of that. You pick and choose what you're going to listen to and make sure that fits you, and that's always the right decision at the end of the day for you. So, he's doing his thing, he's doing the right thing, and, the coaches, they listening to me. I had input in terms of, like, who was going to be the new head coach at Shaker when I was leaving for my senior year, and the coaching staff, when I come back, is nothing but love, and I'm sure hopefully Shaker can turn things around. But all in all, I think Hassim's listening to me. I'm proud of him, of what he's done so far, and really it's just the simple things. Just do the simple things, and everything's going to work out. That's what I tell him.
Now, I know, historically, Air Force hasn't been a powerhouse program, and really, I think that's historically with a lot of with all the service academies, for various reasons. But so, what's the vibe there like now in Colorado Springs? You guys were 11-2. Obviously, they're going to be expecting more from you next year. What's the vibe like there now? You guys are coming off a great season. One that I don't think Air Force has had in a while. So what's the vibe there right now in regards to you guys in that program?
It's good. It's a great vibe. Like, the vibe is just really just work every day. It's a constant grind. Air Force has brought in a few good classes, and now we're starting to reflect on the record. The program's great. We're just hungry. That's all it is. Starving. To not be looked over. It's just one of those programs where it's like it's on the rise. There's a slew of talent, and it just needs to be seen. We just want an opportunity, and we're gonna make the opportunity for ourselves. But we always do it in fashion. No talking, really. Just just show up and show out. That's really just the vibe and the feel that's here in this program. Just stay humble and stay the course. So that's really it.
So what's the plans for next year? Has the coaching staff talked to you about your role next year and what they might be expecting of you?
Yeah, it kind of sort of. It's coming from the prep school, a lot of freshmen. can play. The head coach down here at the prep school said he sees me getting in the rotation as early as, next year. I just got to make a name for myself. I mean, we kind of, I'm just trying to get in there and do things on special teams and then really make my name for myself once we, get in a rotation with, like, graduating these seniors that are at linebacker. But, head coach calls me. He called me before the bowl game, actually, just talking, making sure we keep our relationship. They want me to stay, and they see me. They said they see me playing early, so I just got to make sure, like, I do my part in coming up there and performing. Because at the end of the day, it's always going to be on myself. And like I said, I tell that to Hasim all the time. It's really just what you can control. So, but I have more than enough opportunity for it. I'm set up definitely for it to have a great career up there. My position coach said it, head coach down here said it, head coach up there has said it. So, they're excited. They're ready to get after it, get working. I think the spring going into my sophomore year is really when, things are gonna like really shake out. That's what every great football player really says. Like, like Nick Bosa said the same thing when he started, as a sophomore.
Right.
You really know what's what. You're not an underclassman anymore. Going into that spring season of 2021 for me. So but they see me. They said they see me getting fold early. It's just really gonna be on me. The ball's gonna be in my part.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. One of the best interviews we've ever had on this show was the man we just finished talking to, Nasir Rasheed. Nasir, we proud of you, man. We really are proud of your progress and the young man that you are and the young man that I believe you'll become. Thank you so much for your support of the show. Thanks for joining us. And keep doing what you're doing, man. You are welcome on this show anytime, and I'm sure we'll be reaching out to you definitely in the future, man. We really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Of course, sir. Thank you. Y'all take care.
You got it, man. Have a good one.
Yep.
Nasir Rasheed, formerly at Shaker Heights, currently of the Air Force Falcons, coming off an 11-2 season.
Definitely got his head on correct.
Man.
Yes, he is.
Man. I'm telling you, man, one of the best interviews we ever did on this show was that young man's interview when he first came on this show. It was one of the best interviews we ever had on this show. I believe you that. And his mother and father, man, are, when you talk about how, parents who are involved, but parents who also know how to kind of step back and let their kids go, that's Mr. and Mrs. Rasheed. And his brother out there at Shaker Heights, man, making some noise. I see him out there making some noise at Shaker. You watch out for that young man on the D-line out there at Shaker Heights. So thank you to Nasir Rasheed. So we pushed back the Lowerys to 9 o'clock. So Robert and Peggy Lowery will call in at 9 o'clock, and we'll talk to them and get them right. So how I'm looking here, how am I going live on Instagram? I've never done it before, Reg. I've never been live on Instagram. So you got to tell me how to go live on Instagram, man.
Click on our page.
Okay, I'm on it. I'm on it right now. So which one do I click to go? I've never been live on Instagram before, so I posted on Instagram, just never went live on Instagram.
Where you see the
is that the little TV looking icon at the top?
Left hand corner, right there.
That one right there.
That one right there.
This one?
Hold on, no, I'll go to the back to the main.
Oh, okay, hold on. Go back to the main one.
See right here, in the left hand corner.
Okay, hold on. Let me go there. Oh, there we go.
Say live at the bottom.
No, I don't see it.
Right here. The bottom left hand corner.
Man, I'm confused right now.
Let me see your phone.
Bruh. Hold on, page. Yeah, I'm a little confused right now, man.
It's live radio, folks.
Yeah, man,
we old. That's what it is.
Yeah,
we old.
What you want from me, man? You know what I mean?
We don't use Instagram. We still on Facebook.
You know what I'm saying?
We barely use Twitter.
Right.
Don't ask about TikTok because I don't even do that.
No, I don't do no TikTok either.
I don't even know how to use my Snapchat.
Is it just my phone, Reg? I got an iPhone. What you got?
I got an iPhone.
It's just my phone, man.
Oh, here you go.
You on there?
You just never set it up.
Oh,
just
okay.
Click the button when you're ready.
You got that.
Okay.
You got the iPhone 15, whichever one that is.
All right, this one right here, to kick the button?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm live. All right, so I'm live right now, so I'm going to flip it.
Yep,
All right. Hold on. All right. So we live right now on Instagram. So here's what I'm doing. We're giving away these gifts, man. We got some Quad Brothers Sports Show gear. We got some custom signs from C&B Custom Crafts. What's up, Erica? Erica's on there. So we got some signs from C&B Custom Crafts. We got some Quad Brothers Sports Show gear. We want to give these away. We're doing some sports trivia.
We got something for the ladies as well.
We got a shirt. We got a one shirt left. The Quad Brothers Sports Show T-shirt. It's a woman's shirt. And we got 2 Quad Brothers Sports Show hoodies, and we got 2 custom signs from C&B Custom Crafts. So the way we're doing this is we're doing sports trivia. The number to call is 216-386-0109. Call that number. We'll go ahead. We'll take your call. We'll ask you the question. You get the answer correct. You win a prize. That's it. Simple as that. But I'm going to have to, you need to call in first because I'm not going to give you the chance to Google it. You'll have 10 seconds to answer the question. You've already given one away. So call in 216-386-0109. And we'll be giving away these prizes, man. These some good prizes. Some good, like those signs, man. Those signs might run you a pretty good amount of money for those signs. And we are giving away to you, courtesy of C&B Custom Crafts. Thank you to Brooke and Chris at C&B for doing that, for donating those signs for our 100th episode. So, shout out to Brandon Alexander, man, a young man from Alliance, quarterback from Alliance. Shout out to Brandon. Nah, Erica. Erica talking about I'm gonna Google it. Nah.
Why don't you just call in right now?
That's about how everybody gets it. I know that's what I would do. Yeah. Hold on, real quick.
See, I knew that was gonna happen, so I tried to avoid that. I didn't want anybody to Google it. 'Cause that would kind of make it too easy if you Google it. And he's honestly, the first question, the guy answered it right away.
Yeah, Mel a sports head.
Yeah,
he a sports head.
So I don't think
get it right.
Right.
I don't think that the questions are too hard. I really don't. If you have a pretty decent, knowledge of sport, you'll probably be able to get these questions. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't make them like super hard. I could have found a lot of really hard ones. But so 216-386-0109. This is open to anybody. 216-386-0109. We got if you go to our homepage on Instagram, I did put a picture up there of what we're giving away. We got the signs and we got the gear. On Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. It's all the pictures are up there on all 3 platforms. So if you want to win the merchandise, call 216-386-0109. We'll give it away. And and if for some reason we don't give it all away today, we'll do some more. I'll maybe go live on one of the platforms, but we'll try to do some more because we got these gifts and we want to give them away. And it's really just our way of saying thank you because again, this is you're right. They are nice, Erica. Shout out, appreciate that. But I mean, look, we're here 100 episodes in, and this is just our way of saying thank you for that. So about 5 minutes, Robert and Peggy Lowery will be calling in. No, I did. I went out to Lowery once this year. I got a chance to go out to Lowery this year, early in the season. Mm-hmm. And they didn't really have the season that I think they were expecting them to have. I thought they were going to, because the season before they went winless. They got one win. That was over Bedford. Yeah, they beat Bedford. They beat Bedford. And I think that I actually picked Bedford in that game.
You did.
I did pick Bedford in that game.
And meanwhile, he was picking them for every other game, but he didn't want that belt.
Well, no, here's the thing, though.
He didn't want that belt.
No, here's the thing, man. Look, I've been rocking with Illyria since day one. I've been always going with Illyria. And they had lost the week before they were up 24-3 or something like that.
And they lost.
And they lost.
And the Lyric squad gonna try to jump on me in the preseason scrimmage when they blew down on me talking about. I heard you said we gonna show win you 3 games this year.
Mm-hmm. I had to be like, look, man. Here's what what I always say. I had to go Paulie. I go Paulie on. The scene in Goodfellas when Eddie
I gotta turn my back.
Yeah, when Henry got to go to Paulie and get that money after he got caught doing the busted selling them drugs. Paulie gave him $2,500 and said, "I gotta turn my back on you." After all that, I had to go Paulie on him, man. I had to do it for a week. I couldn't do it no more. They was up 24-3 and lost. They had them boys dead to rights, man, and lost.
Who were they playing?
Oh man, I don't even remember who they were. I just know they were up double digits and lost. So 216-386-0109. That is the number to call. We got the gifts to give away. Again, the Lowrys will be calling in a couple of minutes. So if you call in or we're talking to the Lowrys, it's okay. Call back. We're going to go a little bit past 9 tonight because it's our 100th episode. So if you're going to call in and we're on with the Lowrys, that's okay. You can call back. And again, if we don't give everything away tonight, we'll figure out a way to give it all away because I do want to give it away for you guys as a way to say thank you. So, all right, just ended that on Instagram. We'll see what happens. So, I mean, look. Anybody see Kevin Love yesterday?
Yeah, he's trying to get his way out of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't blame him.
Me neither. Me either.
I'm going to say this. Colin Sexton cannot be your starting point guard of the future.
Nah, man.
Period.
That's
Kev, boy.
He can't.
That's Kev. That's Kev.
I see how you did that.
Colin Sexton cannot be your starting point guard of the future. Colin Sexton, he can't move to the 2 because he's too little.
He a poor man Russell Westbrook.
He needs to be on. He needs to be the 6th man.
He a poor man Russell Westbrook.
Off the bench.
What's wrong with this team?
They're trash.
They all young too.
Kevin Porter, nice though. I like Kevin Porter.
Nice.
Kevin Porter is my favorite player on the Cavs.
He got to learn how to shoot, but as far as ball handling and finishing at the rim, he can do that.
Kevin Love is out there, the old veteran. He got a championship already. He been around the league for a long time. And Kevin Love is like, "What am I doing here? Why am I here?"
Well, you know what it was. You, as the point guard, you should recognize that Kevin Love has Chris Paul on him.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
Kobe Ultimate said he's going to find him. He said, it's cool. I got plenty
I got plenty of money. You gave me $120 million. What's up?
All right, man. All right, so we'll come back to that. We're going to go to the phone line right now. Right now, join us on the show. Man, again, when it comes to support and it comes to love, these people have shown nothing but love. And as well as their whole city, Elyria, and we appreciate them coming on tonight. Robert and Peggy Lowery, how y'all doing?
Really good.
Good. How are you? Congratulations.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. How's things been for you guys?
Pretty good. Pretty good. It's hard without John Anthony here. He's up in Michigan now, and our youngest one is coming up in football, but pretty good. How about with you?
Been doing good, and yeah, I know John Anthony is at Grand Valley State right now. So I know the last time when I saw you guys out at the game, John Anthony, you said he had hurt himself pretty bad. Is he completely healed from that? Is he on track for next season?
Yeah, he's totally on track. He lost a little bit of his training time because he almost ripped his toe off.
Yeah, that was during a drill, right? It was during just a normal drill that they usually do.
Actually, it was like this is Robert. They were actually doing a cool down after a lift. They were just out with their shoes off, something they do to cool down out on the field, and he just jumped up in the air and came down the wrong way and almost snapped it off.
I mean, I think Mrs. Lowery I think she showed me the picture of it. I think you showed me the picture of it, and I was like, oh man, it was sickening. Yeah, it was. It definitely was. So listen, you guys are huge supporters of the Elyria football program. 2 years ago, they didn't win any games, and last year I think they it looks like they took a step forward, but still didn't. The win total didn't show up, but I feel like they took a step forward. What do you guys? I don't want to put you on the spot, but what do you guys think has to happen for you guys to take that next step and maybe, get 6-7 wins under your belt? What do you guys think has to happen there?
Well, I believe that step happened last year when we got Coach Culliver.
Okay.
He instilled the discipline that team did not have with the 0-10 team. Yeah. And these kids right now will run through a brick wall for this guy.
And they stand together. They're a team of brothers.
Now
they didn't have that. They didn't have that the year before. There was a lot of fighting amongst the kids, pointing fingers. Now it's literally a team now.
I can think of one instance I saw when I was at Elyria. I think it was the first game at Elyria when they played. That might have been against Bedford too, and I saw one instance on the sideline. Yeah, and I was like, man, what's going on over here? I'd never seen it before. I won't bring it up, but I just saying I'd never seen it before. So now Xander, your son is on the football team, and wrestling. Have you heard anything about, what they're going to be expecting of him? He's going to be one of the leaders on that team. Have you guys heard anything about his role coming up next season for Elyria?
Well, Xander's his own kind of little creature. He's 15 years old, and his max bench right now is 315.
Wow.
So, yeah. Yikes. So the weight that they've put on his shoulders to carry, he kind of steps up to the plate on his own. He does, and he accepts the responsibility, and it puts it out there for his teammates too, which is probably the thing I'm most proud of him. He performs on the field. They have him as the varsity starting center, but he also expects his teammates to stand up and perform as well, and that's what we need to succeed.
Is he more of a is he really more of a vocal leader like that? Like he'll I don't want to say get in his teammates' face, but if things need to be said, he'll say it.
Well, I mean, he was only a sophomore starting this year, so he kind of couldn't do it too much because he's 2 years younger than most of the people that are starting.
Right.
But he, as the season went on, there wasn't a lot of seniors starting, so he had to have some kind of leadership. He did step up, and he would say stuff to people because he didn't want the fooling around. He's tired of the losing.
And I'm sure everybody's tired of it. You guys, it's a proud city and a proud program, and I'm sure you guys are anxious to get it turned around. How do you handle that as parents, though? When you have your sons playing on a team and the wins just aren't coming, and it's got to get to him at some point because he is just he's just 15 years old. How do you guys as parents handle that? What do you say to him?
Winning is great. Winning is spectacular, and it feels really good. But when you lose, you learn. And if you don't learn, you don't go anywhere. So you take losing and you use it to motivate you to win, to drive harder, to push harder, to commit, to stand up for your teammates, to encourage your teammates. You don't have to get in somebody's face when you lose. You have to stand together when you lose, and that will take you to winning.
What about, because, we're out there, we're at these games, we see it, we a lot of parents, they think their kid is the next LeBron or the next Lamar Jackson or whatever the case might be. You guys as parents, what are the expectations that you guys set for John Anthony and for Xander? Is it, obviously you want to be realistic with him, or is, obviously do you go out of your way to pump him up, or you just kind of just let things happen as it goes?
Well, you just got to keep encouraging them. I told both my boys, our number one goal for both of you is to go to college and get an education. Mm-hmm. Now, with the sports, that aids you into getting less and less money you got to pay for it. And that's the ultimate goal, to get to school and pay the least amount as possible. And if football or even wrestling for my youngest can, make that happen, that's the goal.
And I think that's where you guys come into play integrally in Northeast Ohio. And that's why we're such big supporters, not only of Elyria and our boys and our fellow players and our team, but of the Quad Brothers in general, because I think a lot of the Northeast Ohio kids, ours included, don't have that voice, and that's what you guys are for them. So I'm going to be your fans forever.
Wow.
Even if you sometimes talk like little ladies over sports, and I have to laugh at you.
I mean, we do the best we can do. Now, let me ask you this, because I know, Ms. Lowery, you're very vocal at the football games. Are you the same way at the wrestling matches with Xander?
Yeah, I root for Xander.
Yeah.
You should listen to one of the videos I post now and then on the wrestling when she's able to make it because of work. You can't hear anybody but her in the background, and it's evident who's the screaming coming from.
That's got to be.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, it's all out, and it's not just for her kids. She does it for all the kids. You know, I mean, I'm sure you're going to get that a little bit louder for your own child, but. Mm-hmm. She's always been loud.
It's got to be.
It's just her thing.
Because I know when I met. There's only been two parents. There's Mrs. Lowery and there's another lady at Bedford. That's the same way. Where it's almost like where you can hear her. You can hear him on the sideline. It was I I can't remember who his mother was. It was what the receiver's mother at Bedford. I can't remember what his name is, but and I like to see that though, because we again, when we're out there, we hear a lot, and it's good to have parents that are supportive as you guys, that no matter what happens, because you're that way, whether they're up 20 or down 20 or whatever the case might be, you're that way all the time. Is that hard to do though? Sometimes when a team is down, is it hard to keep going like that?
No, see, that's where I take Mike's side as far as being a Browns fan, because a follower will follow whoever wins. A fan will support you whether you're winning or losing, and you'll never hear me say something bad about
can you say that one more time? Say that one more time.
Yeah, repeat that for Eva.
Don't you start. Don't y'all start.
She's talking about you, Mr. Russell Wilson, lover. She's talking to you.
Kirk Cousins.
Don't leave Rich out. He said Deshaun Watson.
She's talking to you guys. That's you. Listen, we do this show, and it's a labor of love, but the show doesn't happen without people like you guys. Calling in and being there at the games and supporting us and helping us along what we do. And I just have to say thank you guys. And I really, 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 really look forward to continuing the relationship and getting back out to Elyria whenever we can. And again, I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much for your support, and thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Well, and right back at you. We love you guys too, and we'll support you just as much, because you are the voice for our boys in Northeast Ohio. We have so much missed talent. We need you guys.
Thank you. We really appreciate that. Robert and Peggy Lowry, thanks so much. You guys have a great night. Thanks for joining us.
You too.
All right, take care.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Robert and Peggy Lowry. I love them, man. I ain't gonna front, man. I look, man. We it's
from
not
the first game we went out
first
there.
Game.
She fed us.
I mean,
that's right.
Well, when she got to talk about how we be ragging, you spent that off quick, didn't you?
Yeah. She talking to y'all.
He spent that off quick.
She talking to y'all, not us. Man, so let's just real quick. I honestly, here's what I want to do. I want to just, and I'm gonna actually record this because I want to put it on there because I want people to see the video. So let me just get myself set. I apologize. But real quick, what I want to do is just, we 100 episodes in, and I just wanted to thank every coach, every player, every AD that has ever said, yeah, come out and cover our game. Because, without you guys, this show doesn't continue. This show doesn't have an avenue to move forward. And, your guys' support really means a lot. And I hope we can really hit 100 more. I know we're going to hit 100 more because of the support we give you guys. So everybody out there that's ever supported this show, even just a little bit, we thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, man, because it is a labor of love, and sometimes it gets frustrating. And, when we hear things like that, you guys are the voice of Northeast Ohio, it makes you want to keep going, and we really appreciate that. So thank you so much for your support. Man, y'all, I mean, just 100 episodes.
Yeah, I mean.
You know what I mean? Like, it really, to me, it just kind of flew by. It really has. When I looked at that and I saw we was coming up on it, I'm like, damn, 100 episodes already? And I don't know, man. I don't know. It's really... It's satisfying, and we're gonna, like I said, we haven't really been out to any basketball games this year. It's just been a lot going on, but we got one lined up on the 13th, hopefully one on the 8th. We got some more coming down the pike, and so we'll have to figure out. I guess no one really called in. We'll have to figure out another way to get we'll work it out. We got some gifts here. We'll give them away. We'll finish giving them away. I don't know how I'm gonna do it exactly yet, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. And it's one more thing that I wanted to say. This is the 100th episode, but it's a bittersweet one, man, because this is going to unfortunately be the last ride for Reggie Logan on this show. And I've known Reg for going on 10 years now. at Ohio Center for Broadcasting. This is my man. This is my brother. And I'm going to be sad that he ain't going to be, continue to ride with us, man. But I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, Reg, man, thank you for everything you did, man. I know, you got to do what you got to do, and I can never be mad at you for that. But it's 3 other people that I want to do this with, man, and you one of them. And when I reached out to you, and I appreciate it, man, for everything you did for this show, man. It's going to be sad not having you around, but, much respect, much props to you, man, for real.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. When we started this show, it started out, well, I've been to Micheal, but it started out as four men that I knew. Mm-hmm. And now y'all 3 brothers to me, and it's going to always be that way.
Right. Yeah.
No matter what.
It's just, it's a celebration, but like I said, it's a bittersweet one, man. But, life gets in the way sometimes, man. Not even it gets in the way. Life just happens. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Life just happens. Right. And sometimes, when life happens, it takes you on another direction. Reg has got his own direction that he got to follow. He got to follow that. Life dictates it. And so it's sad for us, man. And before anybody even, there ain't no beef, animosity. There ain't nothing like this. Is just life, man. Life happens. You know what I'm saying? And who knows what the future holds? Nobody knows that.
Yeah.
Who said that? Odell said that. Nobody knows what the future holds. It could come back around, come full circle. We don't know. But
the trolling gonna be epic though.
Yeah. It's we moving forward, man, and we gonna keep moving forward in 2020. And while he may not be here with us physically, Reg is always gonna be a part of this.
No doubt.
He's always gonna be family. And it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure, man, to ride with you.
No doubt.
During this, and for you and for Erica, and for the boys, man, and y'all are family as far as I'm concerned.
No doubt.
And we gonna miss you. We gonna miss you, man, for sure.
Dang, Red, man, I know these 2 gonna be jumping on me, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Come on, E.
He not putting nothing together correctly around here,
live
man.
radio just happened right here. Y'all ain't see it, but live you on Twitter, you saw it.
You definitely saw it.
You looking on Twitter, you saw it.
We gonna have a blooper reel. That's definitely gonna be it.
Viral. Yeah. But look, man, listen. Thank you to everybody, man. Again, all coaches, players, ADs, parents, anybody that's ever supported this show from the day we've been doing it. We thank you. We appreciate it, man. 100 in. Absolutely. And we going for another 100, man. That's what it is. So, Eli, man, take us out, man. All right. Yeah, take us out. Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't expect that.
You want to expect it? Yeah, man. Listen. Honestly, sometimes you just got to end it on a high note, and I think that last interview was a high note.
Right.
And we'll look to do the giveaways, and I'll get on the social media.
This how I gotta go out though. Hold the mic.
I just looked up. I was like, really? That's how you gotta go out. Hold this whole microphone.
Man, but we'll be back, and I'll reach out on the giveaways and the signs, man. We'll figure it out. All right, man. So for Eli Robinson, for Phil Rucker, and for the final time for Reggie Logan, 100 in Quad Brothers Sports Show. Eli, what's the name of the song?
All right, the name of the song is called Behind Bars by Luxray Beats. This is the Quad Brothers Sports Show 100th episode on One Unit Media Network.
The Quad.
You know what it is.